Hello and welcome to eMotorsport Championship. Today we have a very special race for you as we head to the French country that has a very fantastic circuit in it. Today we are live for the Lemons at Le Mans race, and alongside me today we have a very special guest, CMF. How you doing, CMF?
Doing good, doing good.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, so I want to thank you for joining me today for commenting on the Stint 1 of the eMotorsport Lemons at Le Mans race. You know, you were racing in Stint 2, so how excited are you for this race?
I am double excited. I'm excited to be talking about Stint 1, and I'm even more excited to be racing in the night.
Yeah, I know. Awesome. We did that practice race a few nights ago with just kind of after the stream on Thursday, and that turned out to be one hell of a race, if I do say so myself. So yeah. Lots of chaos, lots of close racing. I remember coming off the back straight into the S's, and it was about 4 or 5 cars wide the entire time. So, yeah, so this race is shaping up to be absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get into it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And, yeah, I'm rambling on now because I'm so excited.
It's very exciting. Yeah, these cars are, I mean, the tune that the staff created for it, they handle just well enough. They're controllable, but they're a little bit loose in the back end, and so it'll make for some really good wheel-to-wheel racing.
For sure, definitely. And that was kind of the idea between it, was we needed to balance between wheel drivers and the controller drivers, and so far it looks like we did a pretty good job at that. So let's head over and check out, get a little bit of information on the Bugatti circuit in which we will be racing today. So we're going to head over to another camera view. So today we are on the Bugatti circuit at the Le Mans course. So the Bugatti circuit was constructed in 1965 and uses, you know, the larger part of the circuit where the pit is, purpose-built sections. The sections on the track of the Bugatti circuit that are on the 24 hours of Le Mans is the Ford chicane at the end of the lap and the pit complex, and borrows the straight where the Dunlop tire bridge is located. At point in the overlapping sections of the track, there is a left-right sweep that was added for motorcycle safety in 2002. I did not know that. Vehicles turning left continue on to the 24-hour circuit and continue during the Mulsanne turn of vehicles turning right into the lapel and continue on the Bugatti circuit. The infield section features garage vert and a back straight in the S's. And then before you jump back onto the Ford chicane and enter on the front straight. So this course is 2.7 miles, 1.4 kilometers. We've got 11 turns. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is a perfect track for the for these MX-5s. They kind of have a good balance between long straights for some drafting action, and then lots of kind of tight, fast corners that really play into the characteristics of the MX-5. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at our starting grid for the race. Up here we've got Team Ignite, car number 980, who qualified with a 150.613 in Cloud9 in second. Team Budget IG Racers in third. Team eMotorsport with a 159.15. The only drivers in the 150s at the moment for the qualifying. Down a little bit further down the order, on fifth, we've got UDP NWR Combination Team, Team Forza Fanatics, Team Raleigh Raceway in seventh, Team Turbo, Insane Turbo Squad, Team Pasta Ponies, Team Upside Down Popsicle rounding out the top 10. Late Night Racing and Angry Badger side by side on that, Team Pixar Racing and Team CK. That rounds out all the drivers in the 52 range, and then we got Team Flying Gizzard Motorsports, which you are a part of. Woo!
Absolutely.
And then a couple teams that did not put times in for the qualifying session. That's Team Raleigh Raceway, Panorama Graphics, and Haymaker. Now, they are all racing. They just were unable to put in some times. So with that, let's go ahead and take a lap around the Bugatti circuit. We were able to get Team eMotorsport to volunteer their services to make a lap around and show us how they made that 150 lap. So let's go ahead and check that out.
All right, guys, we're going to jump on board with Dr. Arctic. He's going to take us for a hot lap around the Mans Bugatti circuit. Dr. Arctic's going to come through the last corner of Record of Mans. It's a double apex right-hander. This is a really important corner because you're going to get the best drive out of here in order to get a long run down the front straight. Front straight's very long. It's fifth gear in these cars. It's going to dump you into turn one. Turn one's a really sketchy corner. It's a high-speed corner, a little bit off camber towards the inside. So you don't want to catch any of the curbing and upset the car. As you come through turn one, when you exit, you want to stay to the right as much as you can so that you can get set up for the Dunlop chicane coming uphill. Straight line that chicane as best you can. Don't take too much curb and cut the track limits, and then get a hard exit coming out. Stay to the left under the Dunlop bridge, and then get set up for La Chapelle. La Chapelle is a downhill right-hander that as you start to work back uphill, it's going to get you set up into turn 5 when you work back across the track. Come from left all the way back over to the right, get set up in turn 5, start your tip in, and then once you get turned, take a little bit of curb and get back hard on the gas. Let the car drift all the way out, build that speed down this straight. This straight's going to get you set up into Garage Ferret, another double apex right-hander. And this is a really important corner as well because you need to get in the corner and then get out as strong as you can because you have a really long run down into the next chicane. We're going to see a lot of drafting down this back straight, I think. A lot of big groups coming through that last corner. And then we might see some moves into this chicane. This chicane's going to be a tight little section. You're going to drive as far as you can down this back straight. Light on the brakes, get tipped in, get the car direction changed, back on the gas as hard as you can, drift out to the left. And then it's going to get you set up into 9 and 10, which 9 and 10. 9 can be treated almost like a double apex. Catch the first, drift out a hair, come back in, stay to the right as best you can, then just kind of drift all the way through turn 10. Turn 10 is going to bring you back out to the exit, and then you're going to get set up again for Record of Mans, double apex right-hander. And this is our lap around the Le Mans Bugatti circuit, guys. Good luck. Can't wait to race with you.
All right, so that was a lap around the Bugatti circuit. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Huge appreciation. So, CMF, since you're running in Stint 2 and you've got some experience around the track, what do you think is going to be an important strategy around this circuit? What do you think it's going to take to do well in this?
All right, so main thing that's on my mind is tire wear. The fuel is not a problem. These things are nice and fuel efficient, but the tire wear is what I'm concerned about. Those front tires, they're doing a whole lot of work on this track, especially with all the carousel turns, the hairpin turns. There's some really hard braking. So those front tires are going to take a beating. Trying to manage those so that you have tires at the end of the race, I think is going to be important because it seems at the end, that's when the gloves come off, elbows are out. You really need to have some tires there at the end.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most endurance racing is, you know, get through the mundane laps to get the time down, and really, like in big endurance racing, only the last couple hours are what matter. So in this, for us, it would be the last handful of laps of the 32 stint race. So it's 10 o'clock now. Let's go ahead and hop into game chat and go ahead and make sure everyone's there, and we'll go ahead and close FP1 or FP3 and get this race underway, because I'm excited. Let's do it. All right, everyone. Oh, we got some echoes.
We do.
Yeah, we got major. Echoes.
Okay, I just gonna fix it.
That's quite the echo.
All right, so it is 10. I'm going to go ahead and close FP3.
Roger that. Okay.
Locally.
How's everyone doing this morning?
Fantastic.
Or evening for some?
Well, it's no afternoon because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
It kind of is
Right,
morning,
right.
So
It's 7 for me in the morning.
Unleash, he's going to have to get in. I can't. It's someone from the party is going to have to. I cannot.
I thought Unleashed was doing second stint.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get this qualifying session
That's why Nightlight's here.
up and running.
we're qualifying. We're already qualified.
You've qualified.
Yeah. Oh, wait, do I still have a teammate?
I don't know.
Unleashed.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, we
Wait,
talked this morning.
Who is this talking?
Nightlight.
Yeah, Nightlight, you have Unleash on IG. Yeah, he's racing.
Yeah, he'd be doing second stint.
Yeah, he's doing your second stint.
Yeah.
So it looks like a few people are having trouble joining. Oh, there's a lot of people in here already. So
We have 24.
Yeah, some people are gonna have to get out of here.
If you need me to dip,
No, you're fine.
Just
You're
dip down, mate. Dip down.
No, you're fine.
okay.
Yeah, I guess if people are not in the main chat and they need questions, should they send you a message on the Twitch stream?
That would probably be the easiest and fastest way to get in touch with me if there is an issue on someone that is not in the party.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know we are limited to 16, so... Let's get this set up, and then we'll go ahead and start getting the drivers gridded up.
Do we have the 20 teams, eh?
I'm gonna kill this.
Missed that.
Yeah, do they assign you a grid position?
What's that?
Do they assign you a grid position?
Who is this talking? Sorry, I don't recognize you.
Nightlight.
Yeah, you're on pole, so...
Okay.
No problem.
I mean, but when we get the grid sorted out, I'm gonna pop back in chat. We'll go over the grid where everyone's at, and we'll have a drivers meeting of things to remember and all of that, and just kind of a quick do's and don'ts. Make sure you do this. Make sure you don't do that, and then we're good to go.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. So just hang out for a few minutes, or we'll get this ready to go.
The other streaming, which driver name is that?
I'm not
That
sure.
would be Brood. Hang on. So CRPH Gaming.
D3
He has a second profile of D3 FCV, and he has a second co-commentator in Magic Mike.
Okay.
That's why I was asking.
Who is Zeus?
I did message you, Hank, but Zeus is now partnering Haymaker.
Okay,
Haymaker's doing the
I need.
second stint.
You sent me that in a message.
On Discord.
Okay.
Howdy.
Okay.
Hey Hank.
Yes.
CRV Gaming and D3 FCV, they're trying to spectate.
So Magic,
they all
Mike.
they all racing.
Okay, so this
Oh,
echo's
you know,
killing me.
yeah.
So who is CRV H Gaming?
That is crew driving.
Okay. And Magic Mike is his other alt.
Magic Mike is his co-commentator. D3 is the second profile.
Okay.
Yeah, how many profiles do you need?
We have
all right.
50% ratio.
All right, we'll be back. We're gonna go ahead and get everything gridded up, and then hang out for a few minutes.
I have a question.
Quickly.
I got to put number 35 on my car by Foster, but then he's just told me we need to put number 18 on it. I don't have time to do that.
You need to have the same number as your other teammate.
I don't have time to do that. Can we do that? Switch accounts, do that.
You had time to do it.
But then he it's not gone well.
And Fozzie have it.
Yes, Fozzie has that I have.
There you go. You're fine.
Okay, we need to keep time schedule, so we will deal with it later.
Roger.
All right, CMF, let's go ahead and get these drivers gridded up. We're gonna go ahead and show a replay of the Q1 session where Team Ignite was able to secure pole position. So bear with us. We will be right back. EMC Swiss takes off. He waits. He waits to go ahead and get that lap started so he's not in the way of anyone. Good strategy from him. As we are following along with EMC Swiss in Team Pasta Pony. EMC Swiss just locked up the Amateur GT4 Championship, so he's coming into this qualifying session feeling mighty strong. Feeling good. Let's bounce around, check out Big Roo, currently sitting in overall 5th. He has not put a lap time in that. He's in that Team Pixar Racing with DW Sparfart as his teammate. Both cars are out there on the grid at the moment. Those good looking cars. Let's bounce around. Dr. Arctic currently running the official eMotorsport backed factory MX-5 Miata. Looking good. All right, as we've entered in lap 2 of 5 of this qualifying session, 2 of 9, sorry. Now remember, best laps counted first. They just got to get them in. Let's check out some of the other LNR drivers. Spooling, currently sitting in 10th after that first warm-up lap. In that Team Raleigh Raceway, his teammate Pickett 17. These drivers looking good. Once we get a lap or 2 in, we'll find whoever is on the hottest lap and we'll go ahead and follow along with them. See what kind of lines they're doing, how they're taking this Le Mans Bugatti Circuit race course. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. This is the qualifying session Q1 right now, and then we'll be following up with Q2 for our Lemons at Le Mans race next weekend, being held at 10 a.m. 2 1-hour stints between teammates, 1 session in the day, 1 session at night. This is shaping up to be a fantastic race so far. Really looking forward to it. Twisted IG currently sitting in 15th after that warm-up lap. Looking good. Mr. Freeze also running that eMotorsport backed team alongside Dr. Arctic. Mr. Freeze looking to get that qualifying lap in. He's running into the pits. He must have had some damage or something. Let's check out the telemetry, see what he sustained. Maybe he's just running through pits to go ahead and get a little bit of a clean lap. He may have been around some people, kind of getting his... Oh, he's got transmission damage. That explains it. So he's got to get in and get that car fixed and get back out there. RMR Mad Kiwi. Hold on. So let's check out the times we're currently sitting at. Fast lap currently sitting with Lagalot IG with a 1:51.223 fastest lap so far. So provisional pole from him in this Q1 session. Lap times. Let's check out how it stacks up. Sir Lagalot 151.223, Unleash Ung 51.245 in fifth. We got 50 with Wengen with a 52.214. Donkey repping eMotorsports with a 252.945. I know he's still got some more time in there. Fozzie currently sitting in 15th place with a 153.510. Session's heating up as we've got these cars warmed up, tires warmed up, brakes warmed up, ready to go. Now remember, these are spec cars. They are all in 100% identical cars. So this race is literally up to the drivers. Again, make sure you get followed on our social media at @go_. Alrighty then, we are back and we've got all these racers gridded up and ready. 17 teams. We did have one team be a full DNF, so unfortunately Team Panoramic Graphics is not able to start the race, but that's not going to really affect too much because all the top drivers are already here. So let's go ahead and pop back and chat, and then we're going to go ahead and go over the grid with the racers themselves, hold drivers meeting, and we're going to go ahead and get this race underway. Alrighty, we are back. So let's go ahead and go over the grid for this Lemons at Le Mans race. Everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, so on pole position for Team Ignite, we've got Nightlife. Right beside him for Cloud9 Racing, we've got RMR Supreme. Row 2, Budget IG Racers is headed the charge by Dank Party Duck and EMC Mr. Freeze for Team eMotorsports.
All right, and in row 5, racing for the UDP/NWR team, we've got NWR Sabotage, and starting next to him for Team Forza Fanatics, we've got RMR Aussie 71. Now on row 4, racing for Team Insane Turbo Squad, we've got Piggott 17, and where are we? Team Pasta Ponies, starting in 8th here, we got Pro E46.
You're one off, CMF.
Oh! Which team?
So Pro E46 is Team Insane Turbo Squad.
Oh!
Yeah,
sorry, Rally Raceway 1, Piggott.
Oh, you forgot about Rally.
There we go.
There we go. Piggott, you're switching teams.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, sweet.
All right, so on row 5, we've got UDP Valkyrie for Team Upside Down Popsicles, and Late Night Racing headed the charge with HYR Senna. Row 6 is Prillia Man for Angry Badger Racing, and Team Pixar is headed the charge for DW Spare Fart.
In 14th here, starting for Team CK, we've got ADR Crispy. And then in 15th for my home team here, Flying Gizzard Motorsports, Mixel 23. 16th for Team Rally Raceway 2, we have Fat and a bunch of numbers. And
That's what we're gonna
17th,
from now on.
Team Panorama Graphics.
Well,
we've
that's
got
actually, Panorama's not DNS,
Yeah.
so this is Haymaker.
Yes.
Haymaker
DNS.
Motorsports.
DNS.
All right, and
Yep.
who is that? Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus
Howdy.
is partnering Haymaker.
Yep, all good. So,
That's those numbers cute.
all right, let's go
And
ahead
then
and
Phil
let's go ahead.
Montero
And,
in 9th.
yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get this race underway. Is everyone ready? We've got 32 laps of this Le Mans circuit. Let's go ahead and do it to it. Any questions before we get started and go over a quick drivers meeting?
No.
The floor is open. Okay,
That must be
so Nightlife, you are heading the pace lap, so everyone will run single file at approximately 60 miles an hour. So you lead the race on that one. So on the back straight, if we can grid back up and probably slow down to about 30 miles an hour and get back up to double file, that way everyone can get together and then get through that section of S's and then the Ford corner before you enter on front straight, and let's make sure everyone gets on that front straight. No passing in column before the start finish. Once you yourself have passed start finish, you are allowed to pass at that point. Remember, pit window is lap 10 to 20. That is your window of opportunity to pit. It is a 32-lap race. Your acting steward in the party is EMC Swiss, so if you have any issues beforehand that you need addressed, call him out directly and have a conversation with him. For instance, if there's damage before pit window and you need to pit, call it out on him. He'll check what's going on and then give you the approval to go ahead and pit. The reason for that is if you've sustained enough damage and essentially got a self-penalty, you will be allowed to pit without having to pit during the pit window. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
well.
We are not running yellow flags. So obviously do your best if there's an issue to enter track in cleanly and be mindful. Remember, pit entrance and pit out are very vital to this and the success of this. So please use the actual pit in and pit out at the Le Mans Bugatti circuit. That will enter you in down on turn 2 for the Dunlop chicane. When you enter in, just be mindful of oncoming traffic, so just be aware of your surroundings. We don't want to have any issues with someone popping out in that chicane and taking someone out. Otherwise, besides that, I think we're pretty good to go. 32
quick question.
race. Yes.
Am I outside or inside on the straight when I started off, or do I just, is it single file?
Wherever you start.
Yeah, it's wherever you start, but you're not going to be single file when you go to enter the race. You need to slow down and let everyone group back up.
Okay.
And the blue flags.
Oh yeah, good call. So we are adhering to a blue flag procedure with this race. Now, if the leaders are coming up on you, you do not have to get out of the way, but you do have to just be mindful and not battle with them. So obviously, pay attention to who's around you. We don't want any issues with the leaders coming around should you have an issue and you're back a little bit. The race timer is set to 6 minutes, so everyone should be able to finish the race regardless. Like I said, yeah, blue flag's important. Don't battle with the leaders. You're not in that race. So everyone good to go? Let's do this.
Good luck.
All right.
All right, good luck, everyone. Yeah, should make for a good race. Can't wait to see how you guys do.
Good luck, Mixel. Get us up there, buddy.
Don't get your hopes up.
All right, let me take
Unleash a flying gizzard.
Let me take one last
King
look
gizzard,
at
gizzard.
everything just to make sure we are
just try to
good.
move
Lap
this.
6
But be a
minutes.
little cautious on the first
When you
lap,
jump
it
out,
can get
hang
piled
on,
up
add,
when you get to the chicane.
Range to the body. Sit red.
Okay. For me to get all the way out, that's
you
fine
gonna
as long as
stand
there's
body?
space. Yeah, I'll hop all the way out. That way we can open up someone else. So let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and hop out of chat. We'll go ahead and get the race going. So like I said, good luck, everyone. Clean racing.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us for this race. Thanks, Paul, for help organize it as well. So
Thank you. Cheers.
And thank you, EMC and friends. Yay!
yay. All right.
We're doing all this.
All right, good luck, everybody. And remember, the first chicane is a right and then left.
All right, Chris, we're ready to go.
We are really ready to go, yes.
All right, so let's do this to this. Extremely looking forward to this Lemons at Le Mans race. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us as we load into the environment. Now, remember, as we had in the drivers' meeting, we do have pace lap, so let's get this cleaned up and ready to go. We're going to go off camera. Let's get the ticker loaded, so we are getting information about the race. Again, I'd like to thank everyone in the chat and in the Twitch stream for joining us. Remember, we have a very special commentator with us today, CMF, who is actually racing in Stint 2. Chris with us. I'd like to thank you, Chris, for joining me.
Absolutely. I am more than happy to be here.
Yeah,
Very happy.
looking great for a fantastic race as we follow along with RMR Supreme for Cloud9 Racing as these cars make their way around the Bugatti circuit.
A slightly cloudy afternoon here in Le Mans, France. But should make for a great day of racing.
For sure, that is, yeah, this is going to shape up to be a very good race. Yeah, it looks nice and clean, nice and clear for all these racers.
Absolutely.
As they make their way around the circuit to enter in Garage Vert turn 6 and head onto the back straight. These cars should be slowing down just a little bit.
Yeah, that hairpin there is absurdly tight. It's one of those, it's tricky. You don't know what gear to take it in. Everybody's been saying that third gear is the move for that, but you really have to carry the speed if you want to use third gear, because these cars don't have much power on the low end.
No, for sure. So you definitely need to keep it up in the RPM range to, you know, to keep that power out and get some output out of these 160 horsepower machines.
Yeah, you really need to use every gear for what it's worth, and you need to be carrying speed through everything. It's whether you're coasting or whether you have to use a little throttle through the turn. It's really a dance with these little cars.
For sure, for sure. Now, remember, we do have this 32-lap race. This is a 1-hour stint. Everyone is slowing down as they make their way through the final set of corners to get gridded up and get this stint 1 of the Team Endurance Lemons at Le Mans race. We've been preparing so long for this race, ready to get it underway as these 17 teams ready to go. And we are green for the Lemons at Le Mans race as they make their way to turn 1. Nightlife still holding the point position as he enters in turn 1, but it looks like RMR Supreme is going to take the lead going into turn 2. And he does. In going into the under the Dunlop chicane, RMR Supreme is going to take the point position. Popping back a little bit further, let's check in on Piggott and see how he's doing. We've got this huge group all together battling for that 5th or 6th place.
Yeah, that is a pack right there. Close-knit pack. In some cases, that's what these cars like going down the straightaway. They like to be in a group.
Yeah, there's definitely you need a little bit of a you got to have a little bit of a draft buddy there.
Right.
No issues so far as we enter in Garage Vert. Let's pop back a little bit further with UDP Valkyrie. See how she's doing. We'll do a little bit of onboard action with her. Oh, we've got some cars trying to make the draft. Make it pass them back straight, 3 wide.
A little bit of rubbing there.
Senna off into the grass. Let's hope he gets it back together. Valkyrie's able to keep her position as she exits the chicane.
A spin in the back. Nixel is involved. Who else is involved here? Nightlight. Nightlight was involved in the spin.
Oh no, that's not good.
He's currently in last. We're gonna have to keep an eye on these guys, see if there's any damage.
Yeah, if there's damage, like I said, they will have to talk to the stewards and see. We can check for ourselves and see if there's any damage on that car. Looks like he's only got 4% transmission damage, so unfortunately that coming together with Mixel set him back there. But let's pop back up and see how the front runners are currently doing. EMC Mr. Freeze up into 2nd place for Team eMotorsport. That's the official car running for the team. If he could just stay out of trouble.
He just needs to run his laps, keep it clean. It seems to have single filed by now, so now it's just about putting down some laps.
Yeah, Pickett hot on the trail of EMC Swiss, looking to get up into that 2nd position, so he's going to have to put in some clean laps.
Yeah.
Good stuff from him.
I was keeping an eye on the guys who were involved in that spin. Nobody seems to have dived to the pits, so...
Okay, well, hopefully they didn't sustain any damage. It's just bad luck for them.
Yeah. I would be really curious to see what happened.
Little bit of a mistake from Pickett as he enters in Garage Vert corner onto the back straight. Loses a little bit of time to EMC Swiss. Currently got about a 2nd of gap between the two of them. So let's go back further and check out Team Passapartout with EMC Kilimanjaro. Hot on the trail of Sabotage. We'll see what that pace is like. Let's pop in on some of the Aussie drivers from LNR currently sitting with RMR Aussie 71. Looking good in that battle up there. On the trail of Dank Party Duck. Good stuff from everyone so far. I'd like to thank everyone in the Twitch stream. Remember, if this is your first time joining with us, you're in for a treat that's hard to beat. So, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining CMF, who's racing in Stint 2. So make sure you get followed on the Twitch first. Stint 2, if you pop in and pop back in later, it'd be great to see your faces there. So, following along with RMR Aussie, he's doing great in 7th place at the moment. HYR Senna currently sitting in, what position is that? That is 9th place in top 10. He is a stand-in driver for the late night racing team with Team Fozzie, who's running Stint 2 later on.
What a beautiful car that is.
That is, and you're matching the shirt. You're wearing the matching shirt for it.
I'm matching the hat here. Team Golf all the way.
There you go. Yeah, looks like Senna's trying to make a pass up the inside, but he wasn't able to make it stick for that 8th place position.
Now let's see what he can do into this hairpin. Ozzy seems to have the advantage.
He does have the advantage.
He's got a little run. Now he's making it side by side here.
Yeah, it does look like Senna has the pace over it. He's just not setting up his passes very smartly through that section of corners. But now he was able to stretch those legs of that MX-5 to, and a little bit of bump between those two drivers.
He holds it. It's very easy to lose the car through that little, I don't know if you want to call it a chicane, but that little twisty section.
Yeah, they consider it more of S's rather.
S's, yeah.
So as we follow along with number 14 of Haymaker Motorsport, a stand-in driver, Zeus, looking good in 11th place position, just outside of that top 10. But if he keeps his head down, he's not too far behind Pro E46. He might be able to bring it back in there. This is a long race. We're only on lap 5 of 32, so...
long ways to go, and I'm seeing there's nobody around him. He's going to be able to, if he can, put his head down. He'll have some really clean laps for quite a while, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. So let's pop in on Dank Party Duck, who qualified in 3rd position, currently sits in 6th position. So he's lost 3 places in this race, unfortunately. But like we were talking about earlier, Chris, it's a long race, so we still got a long ways to go. We've still got the pit cycle to go through, which we're finding out that the undercut overcut is a major deal in this. So the pit is definitely going to be coming into the pit strategy is definitely going to be something to contend with as we shuffle the cars around. Oh, we've got a battle between Kilimanjaro and Sabotage. Sabotage looking like side by side. Oh yeah, we've got some good stuff there.
Right there.
Right, a little bit on board between these two for a lap.
Oh, it is bumper to bumper right here.
Yeah, this is good stuff between these two. I was paying attention to
Killa was wide. Killa went a little wide, but he was able to save it. He saved it there.
Yeah, Killa's for sure pushing to try and break away there, get a little bit of gap.
He is really trying. Oh, he's pushing the track limits close there.
Oh,
yeah. He's off. That's gonna be a little penalty there.
Yeah, we'll have to pay attention once we get to the latter stages of the race. We'll pop in and check what the penalties are. See where we're at with that. Hopefully, I think penalties are going to take. I think penalties are going to play an important role in this race. Unfortunately, but I mean, you got to keep.
They'll become a heartbreaker. They will become a heartbreaker, especially that last couple of 90-degree turns there. It's so easy to cut them short or go wide a little bit. Again, you're trying to carry the speed through that turn, and again, it's so easy to just push it wide and get yourself a penalty there.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to really put the power down in these 160 horsepower cars. They're definitely going to run a little bit wide. So, unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. Hey, Mad Kiwi. Yes, penalties do matter in this race. So when you come up for your stint, make sure you keep it clean. As we follow along with NWR Sabotage, the cars are spacing out a little bit. Let's pop on the map and see if we can find any pretty close battles at the moment. Looks like we've got some stuff heating up back there for that top 10 place. Yeah, we've got a bunch of cars together here.
Yeah.
Currently following along with RMR Aussie 71. He's getting pretty close to Pro E46.
He's right there, and back in the midst, I see Zeus. If Aussie tries to start battling with Pro here, we might see Zeus try to capitalize.
Yeah, because I mean, as you know, with your race experience, when you battle with other racers, you end up slowing down to play that defensive line, getting hung up a little bit, and then that's gonna allow Zeus to kind of get back up in this battle.
And honestly, it only escalates with these little Miatas. In the practice races we did, whenever there was a battle in front of me, it was serious closing speeds on those two battling cars.
Yeah, let's pop along and follow with the leader, RMR Supreme. He's kind of looking to be pretty dominant here. He was tipped to be a strong contender in this race for Stint 1. So let's see what that gap is back to second place. So back to almost a 10-second gap.
That is a huge gap for just 7 laps of racing.
For sure. But, I mean, he was able to get away pretty clean early on.
Right.
And now he's just had open track in front of him. He can put his lap down and just, just go.
A little further back, in 6th place, we have, who is this? Dank Party Duck just made a pass for 5th place on NWR Sabotage. Clean pass on the straightaway. We got Senna back there in the mix. Looks like he's gaining on NWR Sabotage.
Yeah, these drivers looking good. We do have this battle for 5th place. All these drivers are pretty evenly matched here.
He wants it back.
Yeah, who's that in 5th place?
5th place
up the inside.
was Dank
Sabotage
Party
goes.
Doc, and that was a nice move right there. Yeah, Dank Party Duck battling with NWR Sabotage here. And like I said, Senna's back there. He's watching. He wants to capitalize on this.
Expert pass onto the front straight as he holds the 5th place position as he goes into the chicane in turn 2.
Senna with almost a late braking move there on Party Duck. Party Duck has the run off the turn, and he makes the pass on Sabotage. Ooh, a little contact.
Oh, yeah, nice work.
A bit more. A bit more. He does not want to give this up.
No, that's excellent race strategy. He pops out from the draft to look up to go up the inside going into the corner, but he has to slot back in because otherwise they would have terrible trajectories and potentially run into each other.
Yeah, it was getting a little iffy on that carousel turn with Sabotage bumping.
Yeah, Dank Party Duck definitely running the defensive line through these corners to try and keep Sabotage behind him.
A little bit of a slide from Party Duck that slowed him down on the straight. Seems to be holding here.
Let's pop around and see what else is going on. Check the mini map, see if we've got any battles. Ooh, looks like we do have a battle down there for 8th place between Valkyrie and Pro E46. She's hot on the trail.
Oh, she's on him, yeah.
Looking to make that pass, get up the order, get UDP Sanger in a good place position to fight in Stint 2.
You know, I was very impressed with the pace that Pro E46 showed up with for this race. In the practice races we did on Thursday, I was very impressed with his pace.
Yeah, he is looking good. It looks like, like you said, from those practice races, he's had excellent race pace. Maybe not overall sheer pace, but race pace. And race pace is great for endurance racing. So you got to be able to keep churning out those laps.
Exactly. Consistent, battling. He was able to keep Kilimanjaro and myself ahead of him for the better part of the practice race, and then we kind of threw the gloves off and ignored track limits at the end to get around him. But he was doing a great job of defending, picking his lines so that he's kind of hard to pass.
Yeah, I mean, really, and that's it. So, I mean, racing is not just overall speed by any means. It's racecraft, it's being able to know when to battle, it's being able to, like Valkyrie's doing, sit behind Pro E46 and just kind of be in the hunt, and when the time is right, when that person in front makes that mistake, you're able to be right there to capitalize on it. I mean, that's expert racecraft, if I do say myself.
Exactly. It's all patience, knowing when to defend, when to strike. It's just staying calm, being patient, picking your moves. That's right.
Yeah, I love this. I love this livery. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, that's a sweet livery. Yeah, the lemons.
I love the usage of the lemons within the Mazda logo. Valkyrie did excellent on these liveries for the UDP teams. So nice work from her. Nice. She is a fantastic painter and has been getting some success in eMotorsports with that UDP team, so congratulations to her. let's pop around and see what else we've got going on. Let's focus on third place position, the Team eMotorsport. He is actually pretty close to Pickett 17.
Very close.
Wow. Kilimanjaro actually getting up there too to get into that podium position for race Stint 1.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, excellent stuff from him. Let's see what that gap is between the three of them as we are focused on EMC. So looks like Pickett's got about a half a second advantage, and Kilimanjaro's about a second and a half down on Swiss or on EMC, Mr. Freeze. So nice work from Freeze as he is, you know, leading the charge for this Team eMotorsport. That's definitely going to set up everyone for Stint 2 for Dr. Arctic to take over.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on that gap there.
Yeah, for sure, because I'm not sure if Freezy Boy is gapping or is getting, you know, closing the gap, you know, closing that daylight, trying to put a little bit of sunset on that gap between these two, or if he's just able to hold it off and putting in his laps.
Yeah, after racing with Freeze in NASCAR, he's a patient driver. He just gets the laps done, and he's patient. So we're going to have to watch him, especially towards the end.
Yeah, and you know, and that's something we didn't go over in the beginning of the stream, was you're definitely a decorated racer of yourself, where your latest win was the Daytona 500 that we held about a month and a half ago.
That was a fun race.
Oh, so sorry to cut you off there, but Mr. Freeze
makes
a solid pass up into second place. Looks like Pickett made a mistake going into that Dunlop chicane.
And Pickett is looking for that position back, but Freeze is really sticking it to him.
Good stuff from these two. Let's follow along with Pickett. So yeah, as we were saying, we'll let this one unfold, and if something comes, we'll pop back into it. But yeah, as you're saying, you raced the Daytona 500 in pretty much an almost full race battle with Mr. Freeze.
Ooh, little bump from Pickett to Freeze. Sorry, we'll get back to that in a second. And it seems to unfold it. But yeah, no, the Daytona race, that was an absolute blast. Long race. Oh my gosh, that is such a long time to be just sitting, foot to the floor, left turn. I'm racing on a wheel, and my right arm was just so sore for the next couple of days.
Yeah, I believe it, because I mean I did a lot of practicing with all the Daytona 500 entries, and just to kind of, you know, a little bit of mistake from Kilimanjaro. He is hot. He's hot on that left foot, or on that right foot, trying to make up some time here.
He's in the mix, though. Just give him time. He's another excellent driver, and we'll just keep an eye on him throughout the race. It's a long race. You don't need to make your winning move at the start of the race. Just stay back there, be patient, study. You need to study the guy in front of you so that you know, okay, where are you faster than him? Where is he faster than you? Study him, learn, and at the end of the race, that's when you apply what you study. And Pickett, for a move back on Freeze, can Freeze defend against Killa here?
We'll see what kind of drive they get out of this, but yeah, Kilimanjaro up the inside. Oh, so close, so clean between these drivers. Good stuff.
And Freeze, it's looking like he's going to make it stick. Yeah. Oh, Killa.
A little bit, tiny bit of contact between these two drivers, but I mean, good racecraft from both of them. Looks like Kilimanjaro is going to get the drive down, going into Garage Vert. Let's see what they do. Oh, Kilimanjaro up the inside.
He's doing the cut. He's doing the cut.
Yeah, and it's a drag race down the back straight.
Freeze got the run, though. He has the run. They're gonna, yep, it's clearing him. Yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, that turn there, that double 90-degree turn, you can do some insane, like, uppercut, lower cuts on the turns to get a different run off the guy you're trying to pass.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And even what corner we in? Oh no! Ooh! And we've got contact between in this battle for second place between Kilimanjaro and Mr. Freeze. Oh, and it looks like Kilimanjaro has popped into the pit to get out of traffic there. So good strategy from him. Yeah, Kiwi, our Daytona 500 took about 2.5 hours. Would you say that, Chris, there?
Yeah, it was, I would say is 2.5 to like 2 hours, 45 minutes or so.
Right. So as we follow along with Kilimanjaro, looks like he is one of the first drivers to make that pit stop, and that was for sure definitely to get out of trouble there. So,
yeah, it was getting tight there.
Yeah, so Killa is the first driver. Killa is the first driver to make the pit as he does the proper pit exit onto the straight. He's going to enter in turn 2. Let's see where he slots in. Looks like he's slotting back in 14th place. Good stuff from him. Right just behind your teammate, Mixel, in that team Flying Gizzard Racing.
Go, Mixel!
Nice. Let's give a little bit of screen time to Mixel there as he's looking pretty good in that 13th place.
He moved up. He was involved with that spin. I saw he passed Crispy, and looks like he made back another position, so he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, you're right, Kiwi, in chat. Yeah, that may be a little bit too early, but like I said, that was probably a strategy call to get out of traffic. That way he's not in a direct battle, because him and Freeze were pretty locked in a battle there. Pretty matched on pace. So, yeah, my guess is that's 100% strategy. So, with them being so locked in on pace, there's not any issues like they had with that little bit of coming together in that corner.
You know, it's a smart move to get yourself away from traffic, try to, and a move. Killa's trying to get around Mixel, but it's a good idea to try to stay clear, but I just wonder if that's going to come back to bite him. Coming in that early, I mentioned at the beginning, you really need tires to get around this track. He's going to have to take it easy if he wants to be competitive towards the end. Those tires.
You're 100% right about that. So we'll have to pay attention to what happens, later on in the latter stages of the race. I mean, we're not even at the halfway mark now. We're only on lap 14 of 32. So,
yeah,
like, we're getting close to that halfway mark. Looks like we've got EMC Frizz, Mr. Freeze, popping out of pit as well. And it looks like the over-under, remember that undercut we were talking about in pit has now played. Mr. Freeze now popped in 14th, just behind Kilimanjaro. So we'll see how that.
Mixel was on a dangerous spot there. You saw him. He got on those rumble strips. That rumble strip on that turn, that will eat you up. It's so dangerous. And Freeze with a late move on Mixel.
So Kiwi in the chat wants to look at penalties. So we have, let's see, we've moved it. We're going to move the ticker to penalties and see where we're at. So currently best lap. Oh, I missed that one, but let's check out what that best lap is as we look through the penalties. So current best lap is a 151.179. So none of the drivers have matched qualifying pace, but that is usually what we can expect for a race pace in this.
Now, I am actually surprised, though, that that's the best lap, because Supreme, he has a probably now a 20-second lead. I would have expected him to be going a little quicker, but maybe he's dirtying the...
you're right about that. Maybe his 150s are dirty, and it's only counting the clean lap he did. It's a very good point.
And that is quite a lead. I'm curious, can you pull up?
Yeah, let's check out up in front. We've been paying so much attention to the mid pack there. barely given any screen time to the front runners and how well they're doing. So as we do player focus on second place position, Supreme has a 24-second gap over top of Piggott, and Senna has a 7.2 gap just between second and third place. Wow. So
that is a gap.
But, I mean, that is good for the race and for his team, and he's going to be racing clean for the most part. Doesn't look like he's coming up on any lap traffic anytime soon. But remember, when we go to Stint 2, that entire gap disappears. So,
exactly.
No, it's great, and it shows the sheer speed of Supreme. But, like I said, popping into Stint 2, that's deleted. So we're going to be right back to square one with our top runners being within 0 gap of themselves. So we'll see how that unfolds in Stint 2. So make sure you stick around for Stint 2, as we are now halfway mark for this Stint 1 of Lemons at Le Mans race. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us in this team endurance race. Remember, you can always join our Discord to join in on conversation. The link is in the marquee just below us. Also in the link on our Twitch stream. Also, make sure you get followed on the Twitch. If you are new here, get updates about when we go live, and we constantly have weekly races and endurance races like this. So make sure you don't miss that. And you can follow us on social media to get updates on things we do and kind of a little bit of behind the scenes. Follow us on Twitter at @go_eMotorsport. And don't forget to remember, Raise Energy has sponsored this race and this stream, so make sure you get in on that. Any purchase you make, use our code eMotorsport for 15% off your purchase. As we're following along with Piggott, what were you saying, CMF?
Well, I was just saying, I'm looking back just through the entire field. Looks like everybody has settled down. They realize that they need to just stay clean, put down their laps. So I've been looking for some battles, but everybody seems to have got the idea of just be patient.
Yeah, now we've only got 4 laps left. Well, actually, probably more or less 3.5 laps left for the drivers. Nope, we've entered lap 17. Leader has entered lap 17, so we only have 3 laps left for pit window. So hopefully all these drivers have gotten their pit done and ready to go. As we follow along with Team Pixar with DW40 Sparfart looking good in 7th place. That is an excellent
I was just gonna say, is that Toe Mater? And I saw the door. Toe Mater.
Yep. Awesome stuff.
That is fantastic. That looks like a nightmare to try to make that livery.
Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was an absolute worst.
And I just noticed the teeth on the
right.
hood there.
So let's see what kind of lap times these drivers are doing as we check out the lap times. Yeah, 151, 145, 52s. Yeah, not many drivers in that 51 range. Looks like everyone's kind of settled into their pace in that 51, 52-ish range.
Yeah, I'm looking at the banner across the top of the screen. A lot of 54s, even some 56, 58.
Yeah, that's very surprising. I thought the race pace was actually going to be a little bit faster, so it's interesting to see what the race pace is there. Yeah.
Again, I'm sure a lot of this is they just keep dirtying the fast laps, like a 58, 2 minute 23. That's a little bit unrealistic.
Yeah, I mean that clearly means that they have not put in a clean lap in a while. So let's follow along with UDP Valkyrie for a little bit. I do want to, we had the ticker up on there for penalties, but I really wasn't paying too much attention. So it looks like, let's see who's got some major penalty there.
Mixel there with 6 3/4 seconds.
Oh, well, up to 7 seconds now.
That's not what we want to see. Come on, buddy.
Okay, so we do have a best lap of a 159, so Supreme has dipped into the 150s. He is sitting with a pretty significant amount of penalty at the moment. Everyone's sitting in that under 5-second penalty range. Mr. Freeze with 5.7 seconds. Yeah, so this is definitely, the penalty is definitely going to play a role at the end of the race.
The one to watch there is Aprilia Man. He's in the middle of the pack. Aprilia is the cleanest and most consistent driver I have ever seen. And I mean, that man does not accumulate penalties.
It's amazing. It's amazing to me that he can finish so high up in the order and have 0 penalty, and everyone around him has like an astronomical amount of penalty. It's just unnecessary. Like, I don't understand how he does it.
It's incredible. I don't know how he does it. I'd love to pick his brain sometime, try to get his secrets. But yeah, that guy, he is. Well, now I see for. Or no, that's, what is that? The gap. Did you switch the time to the gap or the?
I can, yeah, to see what.
Wait,
what are you trying to see?
I kept on looking under their name at what I thought was penalties, and then I saw 4 point something. I was like, okay, never mind. But no, that's distance. But yeah, Aprilia, we're gonna have to watch him. I mean, he can gain multiple positions at the end of a race just because he didn't get penalties.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. As we follow along with Aprilia Man himself for Team Angry Badger Racing, Donkey 007 coming up in Stint 2 as the driver number 2 for this team, and he's got superior race pace as well. So as long as Aprilia Man can stay out of trouble, while he is sitting currently in 14th place, like you were saying, CMF, he could pop back up a handful of places just based on having 0 penalty.
Exactly. And I love the livery Aprilia and his teammate Donkey chose. That's such a beautiful livery on these Miatas.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff from them.
Yeah.
And that
I was talking
renowned.
Donkey. Oh, I was talking to Donkey, and he was telling me how he actually had to make that livery totally from scratch because they had an issue with sharing.
Yeah.
And
yep.
He was telling me all about the white dotted lines all over the car.
Oh, I mean, it looks like such a pain in the butt to. It looks like such a pain in the butt to get that to have made that livery.
That's crazy. When he told me he made that, I'm like, I don't believe that. That's crazy.
So we have someone in the pit at the moment. Let's go ahead and see who that is as they are entering. Let's watch them. That's Senna. Let's see him enter in the course. Nice clean entry from him. HYR Senna. Oh. It does look like he pushes Mixel a little bit wide there. Hopefully he didn't gain any penalty from that. That would be quite unfortunate for Mixel having to run wide there a little bit. Yeah, currently unleashed. It looks like there was a lap 2 incident between Nightlife and Mixel coming into the S's off the back straight, and they both popped back. So yeah, currently sitting in 17th place, but he is still luckily on the lead lap, so we shouldn't have an issue. And there's still a pretty good gap between first and the last place position. So hopefully you're good there. Actually,
I'm just watching this fight here. Way to go to Mixel for holding off Senna like that. I mean, Senna wants to get around him. Mixel's heart has got to be pounding out of his chest with that pressure back behind him.
Yeah, because Senna is a very fast driver. He was up there running in one of those top spots, and now Mixel set defending. But remember, this is not a blue flag situation because they are still both on the lead lap.
Exactly.
But if that's the case, maybe Mixel has not pitted yet. Oh no, he has pitted, so he does have 98% fuel. So he has pitted. He is in the clean there.
Way to go to Mixel.
Yeah, good stuff from him. Okay, so we just got an update from the live steward in the chat, Swiss Rolls. He says everyone has pitted, so we are looking good. No penalties issued for that. Everyone has pitted. Good stuff from everyone.
Oh, and Mixel.
Oh, what happened there?
What happened? Nightlight is spun again. I wonder if Mixel got into the back of Nightlight a little bit because I saw, and there's a little front end damage on Mixel's car. He slowed way down. Senna got around him, and then Nightlight there went spinning everywhere.
Yeah, Unleash, you are currently not, your team is not a lap down yet, so you are still clean. So let's bring up the map so we can show where the teams are. So if we focus, we've got, on the map, we've got, let's focus on Nightlife, see where he currently is. Actually, you're getting pretty close to being a lap down because of that incident between those two drivers going under the Dunlop Bridge. So 17th place is only a turn ahead of RMR Supreme there. So hopefully within these last set of laps, about 10 laps left to go in this stint, he can hold off first place.
You know, I wonder if Nightlight might have a little damage because after that crash, when he went into that right-hand carousel there, he actually lost it. He almost spun around.
So as we check the telemetry on that, so he does have some 8% damage on the transmission.
Okay.
But it doesn't, it doesn't look, unless he pitted extremely early, maybe he did. We'll have to check with the stewards on that one. Because he's only sitting at 64% fuel, but his tires are yellow. So, like you were saying, maybe he was one of those drivers that pitted early, and now he's going to have to deal with the worn tires at the end of this stint. So, I did
see him pit early.
That is definitely going to play a part in strategy later. And and he's burning the tires off that as he enters on the front straight.
What you want to do?
Yeah, this is going to be quite an issue because it looks like first place is now entered on the front straight. We don't know what the pace difference is at the minute, but wow, yeah, that's going to be some drama for the pole position team.
And
let's see if we've got any battles going on.
I think he's frustrated in that car because you saw he spun the tires up. He's just trying to be aggressive now and make that pace back. When that happens, and he's on the rumbles. You just need to take a deep breath, regroup, because being frustrated and stressed is going to do you no favors in trying to.
Yeah, absolutely not. So, Kilimanjaro for Team Pastaponi up into second place. An excellent run in this stint, too, as we are on lap 32 of 2. We've got 10 laps to go. Excellent work from Kilimanjaro. Let's currently go down the order and see where all these drivers are. So in first place, we've got RMR Supreme with 10 laps to go. Kilimanjaro sitting in second place. Pickett 17 in third. EMC Mr. Freeze in fourth place, and rounding out the top 5, we've got NWR Sabotage. Dank Party Duck in 6th place, RMR Aussie in 7th, Pro E46. Great work from him for Team Turbo Insane Turbo Something Squad.
Insane Turbo Squad.
Right? 9th place is UDP Valkyrie. Nice work for her. And rounding out the top 10, we've got an excellent start on Stint 1 for DW40 Sparafart. Zeus looking good in 11th place for Team Haymaker Motorsport. Fat in 12th, Aprilia Man in 13th, making up a position. Senna down there in 14th place. Mixel for Team Flyer Gizzard Motorsport. AWR Crispy in 6th place, and Nightlife in 17th place. Excellent stuff from them. Looks like we've got a battle coming up with Zeus and
top 10, yeah.
And yeah, Zeus, and what was the other position? Well, maybe actually that's Valkyrie. A battle for 11th place there.
Valkyrie and Pro are kind of close. Valkyrie has just been on Pro's tail the whole time. I think we can expect quite a late move for her to get around Pro.
Yeah, looks to seem to be one of the closest battles at the moment. We'll follow along on board with her as she tries to track down Pro E46. CMF, you can take the wheel for a moment. I will be right back.
All right. Yeah, like I was saying, she has had this entire race to study Pro E46, and we should keep an eye on her, because that is definitely going to be some late race moves. Getting a little bit loose off that first kink turn. It's very easy to lose the back end. She gets quite the run into some of these sweeping turns on Pro. Something to watch out for there. And a little bit of contact there. A little nudge. And they go side by side now. Is she going to be able to pull this off now? She's got him on the late break. But does Pro, and yep, Pro's got the inside there. They're back to side by side. It's going to be a drag race into the left-hander now. Now it's just,
back, CMF.
welcome back. You
Hey,
just, Valkyrie made an awesome pass on Pro and a little contact there. She made the pass. They went side by side into that double right-hander. And Pro, excellent choice of line through there, got the position right back.
Yeah, it looks good. I did see the pass on the back straight as they were entering the S's, but unfortunately, I missed that sweet pass attempt by Valkyrie.
She just had that better run off of that that left-hand turn. Took it side by side and got him on the late break, but it's dangerous. You can beat somebody breaking into that double right-hander, but you have to defend.
Oh, looks like we've got a car off. Looks like we got a car off in the gravel trap. HYR Senna.
Oh no! And Senna was running up there too.
Yeah, he was. So unfortunate stuff from him. It looks like now Senna's controller died, but they're running again. Okay, well that's it's like we'll consider that a mechanical.
That's not what you want to happen. Is your controller go and die on you.
So it does look like Supreme was able to get around Nightlife. So Nightlife is currently a lap down as we're on lap 25 of 32.
It's the first car to go down. That is a fortunate turn of events there.
Yeah. So are you good to go back to camera for a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, let's discuss. Now we're getting to the latter stages of the race here. So now we're coming into where tire strategy could be a thing. Like we were talking about earlier, Kilimanjaro had that very early pit stop. So I wonder if that is going to kind of play into part there. Who's in the grass there?
Yeah, and I just went off in the grass, but he's fine now. He saved it. Good save. Yeah, okay. Tire strategy. So if you pitted early, your tires are going to be shredded now. So your only hope is that you were saving your tires until the end here.
Exactly. So with that being said, let's pop in. So Kilimanjaro was the first to pit here. So let's pop on his telemetry and see what kind of tires he has. So he's sitting at 22%. Well, it looks like he's been able to manage those tires pretty well, because there's definitely some other drivers who have much worn tires that are further down the grid order. So
I can't believe, look at that left rear. It's not even yellow.
Wow.
It's not even yellow. I can't believe that. And now it just went yellow. But he's done an excellent job of saving those tires.
Yeah, that's great tire management there. So kudos to Kilimanjaro. Looks like he actually deserves to be up there in second place.
Yeah. And it's going to be good, because if Piggott behind him tries to make any move, he's going to be able to fight.
Yeah, so let's check out telemetry on him. So wow, he's got actually excellent tire wear there as well too. So yeah, these top runners are looking great on tire management. And you know, and we actually find that is a common denominator when it comes to the front runners who are, you know, got that consistent fast race pace, that usually they are very easy on the throttle, a lot smoother, less ham fisting things and lead foot. So they're able to, you know, kind of conserve that fuel and conserve those tires and still keep that fast race pace up.
Exactly. Yeah, as God Hand always tells me, they keep their foot off the go pedal.
Yeah, foot off the go pedal. Right.
I always like to have my foot on the go pedal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's half the battle, right? So.
Yeah. Well, and with these cars, it's so easy to overdrive them. With this tune, if you carry too much speed through a turn or you're on the throttle too early, the back end will kick out. You're going to spin the rear tires, and it's just so easy to overdrive the car.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because like we were talking about earlier in the stream, these cars are designed to be a good balance of controller play and wheel play, because, I mean, I'd say probably a good half of these drivers are on wheel as well. And it's amazing to me to see that they are that the balance between the two disciplines for driving is pretty comparable, because Kilimanjaro is on a wheel. He is on a G920 Logitech wheel, and I'm sure Pickett right behind him is on a controller. So to see these two being able to battle it out, because typically in the past we've seen that controller is superior in Forza.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, obviously, you know, the game was designed around controller use, and then having added more adaptable wheel support later during the development cycle of the game. You know, it's made strides from the initial release of the game, but still, the controller does reign supreme when it comes to, you know, the pace-wise, because all the top guys, all the leaderboards, all those top people, they're all on controller. It's very rare to see someone on wheel up that high, but with this tune, our like I said, our full intent was to just balance out between the two. And you know, honestly, the biggest difference between the two types of tune is the rear decel setting. So on these cars, the rear decel is a lot higher than normal, so that way you don't have a lot of brake locking under decel. So it's very interesting to see that the tune is very comparable to a controller tune, but just with some minor tweaks between it. So this was tested with a lot of wheel people and a lot of control people, and during, like I said, during the testing phase, it was Supreme's on a wheel too. So actually, that's pretty amazing that our top finishing driver is on a wheel. So look at that.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew?
Well, you know, to be honest, I'm on wheel. I'm on a Thrustmaster TX, and I tried this car with a controller because I was just messing around with it. I was like, let's try it with controller.
Sure.
And I honestly prefer the wheel. Of course, I race wheel more often, so I'm biased. But
of course.
With the controller, I mean, I could drift the car amazing with the controller because it really snaps in with the controller. But with the wheel, it feels super nice. Whenever you're on the brakes, it has a nice turning under brake. You can control where the car goes even when you're just mashing the brake pedal. And I love it.
Yeah, and so when we first did the release of the tune, every wheel player came on and said, this car feels great.
Yeah.
So that's good. If we can make these cars feel great to both controller and for wheel, I mean, that's definitely a good thing, because we like to give the wheel drivers some play in the game too. So,
and you know, I'm not trying to put down the GT4, but I was racing the Porsche in our GT4 championship, and I know those cars were trying to balance the wheel with controller thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel the GT4 cars were way better with a controller because on the wheel, it drove okay. I was able to control it. I was horribly off pace. But I found that I really had to turn wheel more than I thought I needed to.
Interesting.
So, like, going into some turns, normally I would think to turn, say, 45 degrees. I would have to turn it as high as, like, 90 degrees or more to send it through a turn.
Huh, interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it was a weird balance with those GT4s, but you guys nailed it with this car.
Well, I mean, still, to be honest, those GT4s are a work in progress because that was a homegrown balance of performance. So with that being said, yeah, next time they get reissued and we'll do another series on them, even whether it's for an endurance, a multi-class endurance or whatever, they will change a little bit. And we do plan on adding some more cars to that. You know, the Camaro and maybe a few others that are typically GT4 cars. So let's get back to the racing as we get to the closing stages of the race as we're on lap 29 of 32. Only a handful of laps left as we're following along this battle for 10th place between DW 40 Sparfart and Zeus. They were pretty close there for a moment.
They were close, and notice they caught up to Valkyrie and who's that, Pro there. So we may have a four-way battle for 8th through 11th place here.
Yeah, gloves are off now. We've got, you know, about 2.5 laps to go. Left to go.
Yeah, just 3 laps, really.
Yeah.
Laps to go here.
Yeah, I mean the cars are spread out, but like, yeah, like gloves are off. We got to get it in.
They're spread out. I think this pack that we're following here is probably the closest pack. Valkyrie did fall back from Pro a little bit. Now, I know Valkyrie is notorious for having gearbox damage. So,
What was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
oh, I just said, I know Valkyrie is notorious for having gearbox damage.
yeah.
At the end. So I'm curious. I'm gonna. All right. No gearbox damage.
Looks like she figured out how to shift that car then.
She figured it out. I'm surprised.
So yeah, man, this has been such a fantastic race so far. And all these drivers, let's go ahead and quickly go down the order as we sit with 2 laps left to go. RMR Supreme sitting in first place. Kilimanjaro still in second place for Team Pasta Pony. Piggott in third. NWR Sabotage in fourth. EMC Mr. Freeze in fifth. Dank Party Dunk in sixth. RMR Aussie in seventh place. Pro E46 in 8th, UDP Valkyrie in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, we've got Zeus, DW Sparfart in 11th place, Fat, and a bunch of numbers to sit in 12th place. Aprilia Man sits in 13th place, Mixel in 14th. HYR Senna in 15th place, Crispy in 16th. Looks he is a lap down, and Nightlife, number 17, looks to be 2 laps down. So that is our running order at the moment. Now we will see how things shake out when it comes to the penalties, because there are a lot of drivers kind of sitting on some penalties. Let's go over fast race lap, a 1:59.09. Looks like
That's flying.
yeah, that is fine. Looks like he was the only one to drop into the 50s. Senna with a top speed of 255 miles an hour. Looks like he hit the afterburners on that Miata.
We're gonna have to have that car in for a tech inspection after this first stint here. What's going on with that?
Yeah, you're not allowed to change tunes in the middle of the race. So
That's some serious bump drafting.
yeah, wow, I don't know what happened there.
I knew
maybe
6th gear was tall on these cars, but man.
Right. All right, so let's pop around, see if we've got any kind of last-minute battles going
Zeus
on with the
lock
map.
up there. Zeus, I think, is feeling the pressure from Spara there. He kind of locked up a little bit.
So looks like we do have a little bit of a battle, excuse me, between EMC, Mr. Freeze, and Sabotage. We'll see how this goes. Now, remember, these drivers, these top guys need to remember they don't need to battle. It is just purely let's finish and put the Stint 2 drivers in a great position to, you know, put the hammer down and get it in.
Exactly. Freeze here with a run on the straightaway, and he lost that run.
Well, to me, he probably backed off a little bit to settle in because, again, it's not necessarily, it's not worth it going into these corners. He's just got to, and, well, remember, he's also sitting on a lot of penalties. So even if he got past him, he's going to lose the position anyway. So it really isn't worth the potential battle or incident that could happen.
Very true. Yeah, we're going to have 1.5 laps left now. You're going to have Arctic coming in the car. Just take it easy, finish clean. I mean, 5th, that's a good running order. Yeah, all these top drivers, you know, setting up their Stint 2 driver to be in good shape when we get race 2 underway. Let's see if we've got any other well, I don't want to miss the finish of the race because we have done that before where we get so focused on other battles going on that we end up, we are on the final lap. Yeah, RMR Supreme, we'll keep up with that as he gets ready, but we've got, looks like the battle right now, if we check out on the map. The battle is between Zeus and Valkyrie. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, let's take a look at that one.
Here's Zeus's, he's got the run on Valkyrie coming down the straight, and he completes the pass.
Yep, she slots back in behind the chicane.
Oh, she's looking for it though. Does she have anything? It is just neck and neck right now.
Oh yeah, she had a much higher entry speed going into this set of turns on Zeus, and she had to back off a little bit.
Yeah, I've been watching Open. Here she comes inside, but I've been watching Valkyrie for a bit of this race on my screen here. She has incredible speed going into the turns, and she's able to close gaps like it's nothing. But coming out of the turns, she isn't able to keep that speed because she has to check up for the person in front of her.
Yeah. So as we are entering the final set of corners to make their way onto the front straight, RMR Supreme looks to be taking the win in the Stint 1 of the Lemons at Le Mans race.
An absolute supreme victory for him there.
So congratulations. It did look like there that Senna was put a lap down. Bad stuff from him. That is ultra bad luck. But with that being said, congratulations to RMR Supreme for provisionally taking the win in this Kilimanjaro. Coming up that final set of cornering as well, that double right-hander, he enters in. A nice work from Kilimanjaro. Again, this is all provisional talk. We will need to get the positions sorted out and settled once we get back into the lobby. Third place is currently sitting going to Piggott 17. Congratulations to him, bringing home that top podium spot, or that, you know, last podium spot for Team Raleigh Raceway. Congratulations to him. Further down the order, looks like we've got NWR Sabotage taking that 4th place position. Nice work from him, and EMC Mr. Freeze rounding out the top 5. Dank Party Duck crossing the start finish line in 6th place, and RMR Aussie sitting in 7th place. Like I said, remember, these are all provisional results. We'll see how it settles out. Oh, we've got a big group of drivers passing the start finish as it is. Everyone's spread out. We don't know where anyone finished there, so wow, great stuff from them. Aprilia Man closing down on the start finish. He crosses in 13th place, and we've got a little bit of battle here between Mixel. Well, I guess it's not really a battle. So Mixel, part of your team, Team Flying Gizzard Motorsports. Yeah, bringing it home in, what was that? That was 14th place.
14th
Nice work
place,
from
yeah.
him. Senna in 15th place. Well, maybe they didn't pass. We don't know. We'll have to see when we get back. We'll see where everyone sorts out.
Lap down.
Yeah, so now hopefully all these drivers are not in AI mode, or if they are, you know, their AIs don't get in the way for anyone. Let's follow along with Tomater. Yeah, I do believe all these cars are in AI because the transmission sounds like they're destroying themselves as they're driving around.
Terrible sound.
Right. Nice work from RMR. Let's follow him around as he does, let's call it a victory lap while we let the race finish up.
That is really what you call a supreme victory there. That was, I mean, he was just untouchable. Nightlight had a little bit for him at the beginning, but that was it. He was
that. I mean, that was it. I mean, what was that from? He made the pass under the Dunlop bridge, and then it was lights out from there. Clean track. He was able to smash those laps down. You know, nice consistent hammer, fast. You know, repetitive like hammer and smooth like butter. So, kudos to Supreme for absolutely laying down the laps and putting his team in a fantastic position for Stint 2.
Absolutely. So we're going to have our little competition caution here. Mandatory pit to switch drivers.
Yeah. All right. So Arctic asks who is Supreme's teammate, and Supreme's teammate is Spools for Cloud9 Racing.
All right.
So
Arctic, you're going to have your work cut out.
Oh, for sure. So thanks everyone for joining us for this race, the eMotorsport Le Mans race, Team Endurance. Now we still have a race, Stint 2, coming up here. We need to get Stint 2 gridded up and get these drivers swapped into their cars. We're just waiting for the...
my car.
Yeah, you got to run to your car and get it. You got to get out the commentary box, down the booth, out of the booth, and down to your car, man. So let's get this finished up. So let's talk to you about that. So what's your strategy for Stint 2 here? Now seeing that you are in 14th position.
14th place. All right. So my main worry is turn 1, that chicane, being in the back. It's going to be a mess for sure. I know it's going to be a mess at night. Very low visibility around there. So I'm going to try to take it easy. I don't want to give away my secrets here, but
there you go. Yeah, don't give away team secrets or team orders. Just like overall high level.
I do like trying to take advantage of the chaos though at the beginning. That is something I like doing. So let's see. Most of the time I play it by ear.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, so this race is going to be, who knows what's going to happen. You know, really, in the end, we don't know. So we got Nightlife getting ready to close up on his final lap. He's got not too far left to go, maybe about a half a lap or so-ish to get done.
You can do it.
You can do it, Nightlife.
At nighttime, I don't know how the tire wear is going to be. The track's going to be cooler. The tires may last a little better.
Or they could not last as long because it's cool. So
pushing it hard.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go back to camera. So, all right, let's take a gander at the previous race results. Actually, we'll go back off camera so we don't cover up any of it. So, looks like Supreme did take the win with, take that first place. Kilimanjaro, Piggott, NWR Sabotage, Aussie, Dank Party Duck. Oh, so a little bit of bad luck for Sweeze.
15.25 seconds of penalty time.
Yeah, so that puts him back in 7th place, but that's okay. It's a long race. So Pro E46 in 8th, Fat in 9th, and rounding out the top 10, DW Sparta. Valkyrie gets demoted down to 11th, and the Aprilia Man takes some places up there and gets into 12th place. Senna down there in 13th, and Mixel in 14th, Crispy in 15th, and Nightlife and Zeus looking to take in DNF, but I believe he was actually just more laps down. So we'll have to take note of that. Who was down there? So, alrighty then, let's go back to...
there with 15.75 seconds.
Oh, wow, that was a lot of penalty.
30 penalties.
Yeah. All right, so Chris, CMF, thanks so much for joining me in the booth. Looking forward to get this race Stint 2 going. So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go ahead and show a replay of qualifying session 1 where the qualifying lap was taken. We'll watch that while we get Stint 2 gridded up. So thanks everyone for joining us. Make sure you stick around. Thanks CMF for joining me in the booth. Good luck in your race 2. Any final words?
Not really. Just wish me luck. Thanks for having me on the stream here.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be right back with the grid for race 2.
Good luck.
EMC Swiss takes off. He waits. He waits to go ahead and get that lap started so he's not in the way of anyone. Good strategy from him. As we are following along with EMC Swiss in Team Pastaponi. EMC Swiss just locked up the Amateur GT4 Championship, so he's coming into this qualifying session feeling mighty strong. Feeling good. Let's bounce around, check out Big Roo, currently sitting in overall 5th. He has not put a lap time in that. He's in that Team Pixar Racing with DW Sparfart as his teammate. Both cars are out there on the grid at the moment. Those good looking cars. Let's bounce around. Dr. Arctic currently running the official eMotorsport backed factory MX-5 Miata. Looking good. All right, as we've entered in lap 2 of 5 of this qualifying session, 2 of 9, sorry. Now remember, best laps counted first. They just got to get them in. Let's check out some of the other LNR drivers. Spooling, currently sitting in 10th after that first warm-up lap. In that Team Raleigh Raceway, his teammate Pickett 17. These drivers looking good. Once we get a lap or 2 in, we'll find whoever is on the hottest lap and we'll go ahead and follow along with them. See what kind of lines they're doing, how they're taking this Le Mans Bugatti Circuit race course. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. This is the qualifying session Q1 right now, and then we'll be following up with Q2 for our Lemons at Le Mans race next weekend, being held at 10 a.m. 2 1-hour stints between teammates, 1 session in the day, 1 session at night. This is shaping up to be a fantastic race so far. Really looking forward to it. Twisted IG currently sitting in 15th after that warm-up lap. Looking good. Mr. Freeze also running that eMotorsport backed team alongside Dr. Arctic. Mr. Freeze looking to get that qualifying lap in. He's running into the pits. He must have had some damage or something. Let's check out the telemetry, see what he sustained. Maybe he's just running through pits to go ahead and get a little bit of a clean lap. He may have been around some people, kind of getting his, oh, he's got transmission damage. That explains it. So he's got to get in and get that car fixed and get back out there. RMR Mad Kiwi. Hold on. So let's check out the times we're currently sitting at. Fast lap currently sitting with Lagalot IG with a 1:51.223 fastest lap so far. So provisional pole from him in this Q1 session. Lap times. Let's check out how it stacks up. Sir Lagalot 151.223, Unleash Ung 51.245 in fifth. We got 50 with Wengen with a 52.214. Donkey repping eMotorsports with a 252.945. I know he's still got some more time in there. Fozzie currently sitting in 15th place with a 153.510. Session's heating up as we've got these cars warmed up, tires warmed up, brakes warmed up, ready to go. Now remember, these are spec cars. They are all in 100% identical cars. So this race is literally up to the drivers. Again, make sure you get followed on our social media at go underscore eMotorsport. Check us out on Discord. Oh, Big Roo pulling off to the side. Wonder if he had some sort of mechanical there that he's got to get back into pit, maybe limp that car back to pits, get it repaired, and back out there. Or maybe he's just done for a section. Maybe, we don't know. We don't know. Let's check out some other. DW40 Sparfart currently coming out of pit at the moment. He's running out the pit to check out the pit exit. These cars are required to run the correct pit out and pit entrance in. Otherwise, they will be penalized. But Sparfart leading the charge of late night racing, him and myself coordinating together to get this race successful with both organizations working together. I'd like to thank him for his assistance in helping organize this. He is racing. So thanks, Sparfart, for helping out on that one. Looking forward to see where you and Big Roo place in this race. So Lagalot has bettered his lap time at 51.097. We're on lap 5. Let's go ahead and pop in on him, see where he's at. Maybe we'll follow along with him. Oh, so it looks like Dr. Arctic has put in a fast lap of a 151.085, narrowly edging out Lagalot. Let's follow along with Dr. Arctic as he makes his way around this race course. Get this map out of the way. Let's not impede our vision of Arctic's lap time. Go on, you can do it. Let's go. Following along with Dr. Arctic as he makes his way around the Bugatti circuit at Le Mans. Remember, next week is the official team endurance race, Lemons at Le Mans, so make sure you get followed on our Twitch stream to get an update when we go live for that one. That race will start 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, US 12 midnight for the Aussie boys. Lap 5 of 9 currently as we are sitting in this Q1 session. Nice tight line as he enters the final set of corners before he enters onto the front straight. Dr. Arctic currently sitting with that provisional pole in Q1 with a 1:51.085. I like that 8.5, repping that 8.5 Miata. Beautiful lap from Dr. Arctic. Let's go ahead and pop over to some other drivers, see how they are doing. Let's follow FIA winging around. And that Team Forza Fanatics MX-5 with a current lap time not showing his lap time at the moment. A 1:52.781. So all of these drivers so close in their lap times in those low 150 ranges. What's up, GSX Buff? How you doing? Guns. What up? How's everyone in chat doing this morning? Thanks for joining in on Q1 for this. Remember, we've got Q2, so make sure you stick around for that. Let's get this map out of the way. Let's pop around, check out Kilimanjaro in that Pasta Pony car, sitting right behind his teammate EMC Swiss. Remember, cars are ghosted in this session. We are not in an official race. During the race, we do run race regulations and we do run sim damage. So if you crash, you go off, and you damage your car, you're going to have to limp it back to pit and make it. So we try to follow as close to real racing as we physically can within the confounds of the Forza game engine. These drivers will be penalized if they decide to cut the course. Yeah, it's good to see these drivers, Guns. Yeah, same thing, same here. We haven't, over on our side, eMotorsport, we haven't practiced a lot with the Aussie guys from LNR. They've been doing their own team, but it looks like from what I've seen from talking to people that they are doing very well in their lap time. So it's definitely shaping up to be a good race. Yeah, I'm so excited to get this underway. Remember, we've got 3 more Q sessions left after this, 2 right now, or 1 after this one, and then a Q3 and Q4 at 8 p.m. So, Guns, I forget, do you have a team, right? Yeah, Guns, you're on team. So you're going to be qualifying tonight, right? Team UDP NWR with Sabotage. Let's bounce around. So we're on lap 8 of 9. Yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of lap time you put in. What kind of times are you running? Or what's about range that we should be looking at? What can I expect from you? That's what I want to know. Let's follow along with Donkey 007. With Angry Badger Racing with his teammate Aprilia Man. Aprilia Man is currently actually racing in real life. So he is unable to Ronan, if you want to hop in for the Q2 session and at least put a time in, if you find a teammate or someone wants to lend their services, at least you'll get a qualifying time in. Otherwise, you could still start the race next week. You'll just start at the back of the grid. So you can still get in, just obviously if you can get in and... All right, everyone, we are back. Thanks so much for joining us as we're about to start race 2, stint 2 of the Le Mans at the Lemons at Le Mans race, Team Endurance. So alongside me, I've got Bo Winters, who raced in stint 1 for Team eMotorsport. So hey, Bo, how you doing?
Hey, not too bad. How are you doing it, Hank?
Fantastic. It was an amazing race to watch. You did fantastic, putting the eMotorsports car up into 7th place. You did run in 2nd for a while there, and then, you know, ended up getting some penalties and got shuffled back to 7th, but excellent run from you, so nice work.
Yeah, thanks a bunch. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a lot worse, to be honest with you. So I'm glad that hopefully I didn't put Arctic in too bad of a spot. He should be able to pick up from there, and then bring us back forward, bring the factory team home, right?
Yeah, there you go. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and hop back into game chat. Go over the grid with the drivers for stint 2, and go ahead and get this started. You ready? You ready, Bo?
Sounds good, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, everyone, let's go over grid for race 2. Everyone there? Good to go? Good to go? All righty. So, you guys can hear me, right? Why is everyone so quiet? Okay, well, whatever. We'll just go ahead and go over the grid. Let me actually leave the party and then join back in. Maybe there was an issue there. So, alrighty. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, for some reason the party wasn't working right. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the grid. That way we don't waste any more time. So, on pole position for stint 2 is Spools. Nice work from him with Team Spools on Team Cloud9 Racing. AMS Supreme doing a fantastic job with kind of a runaway win there. EMC Swiss. No. Yeah. Sorry. My mistake. So EMC Swiss right beside him on row 1 for Team Pasta Pony. Row 2 is Spooling and UDP Guns for that UDP/NWR team. Twisted IG and Lagalot rounding out row 3. Row 4, Dr. Arctic and Misled Vision. Row 5, Aussie Dragon and Big Roo for that Pixar racing team. Donkey in a solid 11th place finish after a great run from Aprilia Man. In 12th position, UDP Sanger right beside him. Fozzie in 13th place and CMF in 14th place. RMR Mad Kiwi in 15th place, Unleashed IG and Haymaker 17. Now, Forza did classify those 3 as being laps down, but still run your race. It will be sorted in the end. Let's go over a quick driver's meeting. As you know, Spools, you are hopefully in here. I hope. Is Spools in here?
No, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is. He is in here.
I cannot. Wait, what? I don't see
Okay, he's in here, so don't worry. Okay, so Spools, you are on pole position. So pace lap is approximately 60 miles an hour. You will be leading single file on the back straight. Let's try to slow it down to about 30 and let the entire group grid back up in double file. Please do not rush to the start-finish straight. Let's get everyone together and let them go green together. That's for pace lap. Now remember, pit window is between lap 10 and 20. And can someone stop making a lot of noise? Thank you. And as for pit window, it's from lap 10 to 20. You must use the proper pit entry and pit exit. That will put you in and turn 2. Make sure you pay attention to who's around you when you exit or enter onto the track in T2. Just be aware of your surroundings. This is a 32-lap race, so make sure you're racing an endurance race. You can't win it in turn 1, but you can win it at the end. Is there anything else I need to go over? Aprilia Man is your acting steward for the session, so if you have any issues, please address him directly, and he will be able to handle whatever you need.
Blue flag.
Blue flag. So yes, blue flag procedure is a thing here. So now we're not asking you to move out of the way. It is the passer's job. It is the leader's job to pass safely, but just you don't need to battle with them if you are a lap down or the leaders are coming up on you. So just pay attention to who's around you. Be aware of your surroundings. Okay? Everyone clear for that?
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and get this race underway. First off, I would like to thank everyone for racing in this, and DW Sparfar Paul for help organizing it. So thanks to all the L&R guys who have teamed up and are racing this race. Should be a great race. I'm really looking forward to it. So good luck to everyone there.
The
track is set today.
Who are the three guys?
Okay, good call. Thank you for getting that.
You're commentators.
Who are the commentators? Oh yeah, so driver for Team eMotorsport is commenting. Bo is in the box with me. So make sure you tune in for that.
Regulations are on and penalties are on. So
yes, 100%.
Penalties last race.
An astronomical amount of penalties. So that did actually decide the finishing order. So make sure you pay attention. Let's race them clean.
Ooh.
All right, night race, everyone. Let's do it.
I'm getting nervous.
Wait. Oh, wait.
We're not going yet.
Okay. I spectate. I got it.
Yeah, let's make sure everyone is in the proper spectate mode. I know Crew Driving is racing, so he's getting his accounts.
Switched.
Bo, can you make sure you are on there? All right, let's do this. When everyone gets readied up, just waiting on Crew's accounts to be in spectate mode so they don't happen to end up showing up on the grid. And then we're ready to go. Spooling, go ahead, ready up, please.
So Spool is on pole, correct?
Spools is on pole, yes.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice one, everyone.
Just waiting for Magic Mike.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Enjoy it.
Good luck.
If anyone can send him a message saying, hey, ready up, please, that would help us out, because we are only waiting on him.
Who are we waiting for?
Magic Mike's not even in the right car.
He's not racing. He's an alt account for streaming.
Okay. Can someone send him a message, please?
Yep.
Oh, just put a message in their stream.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go. Just waiting on the eyes. There we go. Let's do this. All right, good luck, everyone. Yeah, let's do it.
Good luck, lads. Do.
Oh, mama.
All right. What are we waiting on here?
I'm starting a position ahead of where I should have been.
All right, Bo. You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Uh-oh. Your camera went off.
Uh-oh. Shouldn't be.
There we are. Oh, hey. We got the blur on here. Nice.
Wait. I don't want you to see my mess, right?
No, you're good, man. It adds to the realism. All right, so you raced in Stint 1. We're getting Stint 2 underway. Let's get some of this stuff off the map as these drivers go around pace. So we'll go over, once we get the race started and it kind of calms down a little bit, we'll go ahead and, we'll talk to you about race 1. So right now we've got Spools on pole position, looking good for this night race. Let's get this map out of the way. This is in the way. Why are you? Go away. Go away, map. So I'm highly caffeinated and ready to go for this race too.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, it definitely was. It's awful dark here, isn't it? Huh? It's,
yeah,
it's definitely a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it's very dark. So hopefully none of these drivers crash into each other and get some damage and lose those lights. Otherwise, they're going to be in some trouble.
Yeah, 100%.
So again, thanks everyone for joining us. This is Stint 2 of the Lemons at Le Mans race for Team eMotorsports. We have paired with Late Night Racing. There's teams from both parties and some teams from some other organizations. So congratulations to everyone for joining this in. Thanks, Bo, for commentating with me. Hope I don't talk your ear off too much. So
It's not a problem, right? That's why we're here. It's a lot of fun to be up here in the box too, and then just as much as fun being down on the track too.
it is, and I enjoy both aspects. I like the racing portion and I like the commentating portion. So, yeah, looking good. All right, now these cars, let's go off camera mode now as race 2 is about to start. We've got Spools leading the pace lap as they're going to be gridding back up in their finishing positions. We got a couple laps down in this grid, but majority of everyone is on the lead lap. So, good call from everyone. This is going to shape up to be a fantastic race. We're going to follow along with EMC Swiss in second position. Before we get started, but what do you think is going to be like the strategy here for this night race?
Honestly, keep it clean. That's the big thing. You saw I had a lot of penalties in the first race. It knocked me down another spot as well. You don't want to get tangled up with another driver. You definitely want to, try to run your race, get out, run your times, and just keep your nose clean, keep your powder dry all race long, and just make sure that you pit right, get out of pit clean. And if you get lucky, I think that Kilimanjaro and I both got lucky when we exited pits. We had a lot of clean air in front of us, so it's not having. You don't want to come out in the middle of a group and get your kind of messed up a little bit.
Yeah, but, for sure.
Just keep it clean, man.
Yeah, as we are green now for race 2, Spools is leading the charge, and EMC Swiss is not giving up. A little bit late on the brakes for Spools as they enter in the chicane.
Yeah, Swiss going to have a good exit coming out of there.
Oh, nice stuff from them, from the Late Night Racing team of Spools. Let's pop back a little bit. We've got this giant pack. We're going to ride along with Misled Vision as we are going three
wide into La Chapelle.
Oh, wow. It's dark here. We might have to turn up the I think we're going to have to turn up the brightness on this so we can see a little bit here. Let's see if we can I don't think we're going to be able to get it any brighter, so it is what it is. Yeah, all these drivers looking excellent. We've got this major battle up here. Looks like Dr. Arctic is up there in third place at the moment with a whole pack of drivers behind him. Let's ride along on the bumper. Let's ride along on the rear bumper of Dr. Arctic as they get going. We've got Waglot behind him, and EMC Swiss got shuffled back into 5th place.
Arctic's got a good spot, good run. And he makes the pass going into turn 9. Good pass. I think Guns kind of spun coming out of the chicane just a little bit. That gave Dr. Arctic all he needed to make the move.
Yeah, good stuff. This battle for second is trying to heat up here. Well, let's see what the gap is on Spools. It looks like, our top guys that were all in those 50s, a lot of those drivers that were in the 50s for the qualifying sessions are in this stint. So as things shake out, it's going to look like it is... the fast guys are going to make their way to the front. So player focus. Spools has a 1.8 second gap over top of Dr. Arctic in second place. Whoa, this is going to be a close one. Oh, and we almost had a little bit of collision there. Lagalot trying to a late brake maneuver. Wow, let's get that map off the screen. Let's see how this goes. That definitely slowed them down a whole bunch there. Let's pop back further down the field. Let's check in with some of the L&R guys. Aussie, let's get back to replay mode. So as we're following along with Aussie Dragon, currently sitting in 13th place with Senger up in 12th. Senger looks to get shuffled back a little bit there, as I believe he started in 11th place for this night race in Stint 2.
Yeah, those opening laps can definitely be quite a bit rowdy, if but looked like actually EMC Swiss kind of lost out a little bit. He's back down in 8th place now. He's got some damage on the car too, so he must have got shuffled around, and everyone's got their elbows out really early in this race.
Yeah, it's very surprising. Everyone, definitely, like you said, has got elbows out. I mean, we've got this huge battle right here that we're watching. Oh, this battle for 8th place with about 5-6 cars as they
Like
enter
Spooling went
in.
deep into the chicane. And that gave Swiss all he needed, and Swiss is through.
Yeah, good stuff from all these drivers so far. As we're only on lap 3 of 32, it's too early for all this action.
What was that we were talking about, keeping your powder dry? These guys said, screw that. They're not doing
Right.
that. They're throwing it out the window now.
Yeah, gloves are off. They're trying to make up some positions early and get up there. Yeah, this is a major battle for 8th place here. With how many cars is that? It's almost 6. That's 6 cars. 6 cars. Mad Kiwi down there in 16th place. Some of these cars are going to have to get up there and get unlapped. Otherwise, they are going to continue to remain a lap down. We'll get everything sorted out once we get out of the race and get the results posted up, because we got a lot of math to do here, if I do say so myself. Well, yeah, when this settles down a little bit, we'll talk a little bit more. But for right now, we got to focus on what racing's happening. So let's follow along.
Yeah, it's hard to find it. It's all over the track, right? I mean, it's everywhere, it seems.
Yeah, and that's one thing about these MX-5s is just they're so evenly matched. And, you know, earlier in the race in Stint 1, CMF and I were just commenting on how evenly matched these cars are, whether it's for wheel or for controller. So, Unleashed runs a little bit wide into Garage Vert. So that's probably going to give Guns the drive coming out of there to maybe get the run down on the back straight going into the S's.
Yeah, he's definitely got to compromise his drive with that. Got to clean that up. And you know, Garage Vert's such an important corner. It's got that long straight that you could really build a lot of speed into the chicane. So definitely got
a little bit of contact.
Guns.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, no damage, no incidents there, but a little bit of contact. No big deal. Guns is trying to make his way around misled vision. Not sure there who has the superior race pace over it, because anything's open right now in this race.
Yeah, like you said, you know, this really is a driver's race. It doesn't matter on wheel or controller. These are such evenly matched cars, and I mean, it really just comes down to who's behind the wheel. And you know, looking around the paddock now and looking at the pack, our Dr. Arctic has made his way all the way up to the back of first place, and it looks like he's starting to look like he wants to plan a move and possibly look at taking the lead here soon.
Yeah, that's good for Team eMotorsport. What do you say?
I'm happy about it. You know, go Doc Arctic. Yeah. That's my get out of jail free card, right?
Yeah, there you go. So as we follow along with Unleash IG, with his teammate doing an excellent finish in race 1 for, let's see who that was, for Unleash IG. Yeah, up there, he's gonna have to do better than that. He's got to get up there and pass, because he was a lap down in the race 2 nightlife, kind of coming together in turn 1 with Mixel. Not turn 1, in the first chicane under the Dunlop Bridge. Had a little bit of off, and then kind of had a little bit of contact when the leaders were coming through, so it sent him down the order a little bit. So, I mean, bad luck for Team Ignite, but looks like he's able to he's going to be able to do this. Kilimanjaro, who's on board are you looking to look at? Let's drop down the order, follow along with some of the L&R guys. We'll pop in with 13th place with Fozzie. Yeah, someone in that big train. Yeah, you're right. Let's, oh God, that is such a big train. We'll follow along with Sanger in that train with some onboard footage. Look at that. Look at that. That is so many people so close. That is some good stuff. That is some good stuff there. All right, so now we're here, Bo. Let's talk about your race 1.
Yeah, I mean, race 1 was, had a good start. I felt like, made a spot up, and then actually moved up into second, I think, after a bit.
Yeah, you ran in second there for a while, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that shocked me, going into the chicane. And, Piggott, I want to give hats off to Piggott. I'd never raced with him before, but, super clean racer. I don't think he had any penalties, and maybe very minimal, I think, by the end of the race. So, he's definitely a consistent driver. And we got close a little bit, but it seemed like we gave each other some room. So I was appreciative of that. And you know, yeah, love racing with against that guy. And then same with Kilimanjaro. You know, he's just fast. You know, old Killa, he's fast on a wheel and super consistent as well. So he actually made his way up to me and passed me, and he and I got together. I think we almost spun in turn 9, but we were able to clean it back up and then you know, put our heads back down. But he got the measure of me today for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, we saw Kilimanjaro spin you a little bit before he ran into pit. But luckily, I mean, it wasn't too bad. You were able to recover pretty easy, and then he darted into pit and took a very early pit, which was to us on commentary, which was a bit risky because we were thinking at the end of the race he would be struggling with tire wear, but it looked like he was able to manage fuel and tires throughout the entire race, which was good stuff.
Yeah, he definitely capitalized on that pit. You know, like he said, he darted in really quick. He and I were in game chat together. We were talking, you know, pretty much the whole race and just kind of feeding off each other and reading our times back and forth and seeing where each other was running. So he definitely just kept getting better and better as the race went on. So I'm pretty glad that it ended when it did, to be honest with you, because I think he would have. He's just a monster once he gets in a groove.
Yeah, so we're currently watching a pretty heated battle for the win here for first place between Spools, Lag-A-Lot, and Dr. Arctic. These two, yeah, you can throw a blanket over top of them.
Absolutely. These guys.
Lag-A-Lot on the inside from going under the Dunlop Bridge. Looks like he's trying to make a move. Oh, a little bit of contact. Ooh.
If they're running both wide, Dr. Arctic might be able to come up underneath both of them and then take advantage of that.
Let's pop back with Dr. Arctic and get a little bit of onboard because that seems to show a little bit better of a picture. Oh, yeah, Doctor. Whew, this is a close one. I will say this is a pretty heated battle for first place.
Yeah, this race could come down to who pits the best. You know, these guys are all super fast drivers and really consistent as well. So whoever's going to be able to capitalize on the pit the best might end up calling this one.
Oh, definitely Lag-A-Lot going to get a penalty there for that one, running a little bit wide onto the coping. Yeah, Unleash is lapped. You are right. We'll focus on Swiss in just a moment as we check this battle out because this one's definitely heating up. Now, we don't know. I'd like to see who has the fast lap here. Probably Spools because he's got the clean air in front of him. But yeah, good stuff. So let's yeah, let's pop back. I don't want to leave this one because I feel like something's going to happen here. So let's just stick around with the front runners at the moment, and then we'll pop back and kind of go over, you know, where everyone at. We're on lap 8 of 32 now. We've got 2 laps until pit window opens up. As they enter turn 1 to go into the chicane, ultra fast chicane.
It's fairly easy to definitely get in way too deep and outbrake yourself. You almost have to brake early there and then be really gentle on the brakes. Just let the car kind of roll up through the hill.
Oh no! Looks like we're gonna have a disconnect or something's going on. Let's see who that is. Bad stuff. Haymaker has a DNF on lap 8 of 32. Oh, bad stuff. Oh, that's very unfortunate for him. Hopefully, Lag-A-Lot tries to go around the outside in
makes it stick too.
Oh, wow. And we've got, looks like we've got Unleash IG on the tail. He pushes Arctic a little bit wide. Unleash is trying to unlap himself. Yeah, he was a little bit down from driver 1, having some incidents.
Yeah, Unleash is definitely the big mover right now. I think he's gone up 14 spots now from when we started. So he is absolutely on the move and trying, like you said, trying to get that unlap done.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, he's got. You know, in the end, it's not a lot of laps. He's got to be running some superior pace to be able to unlap himself again.
Still a valiant effort though, so you just keep going Unleash and you do your best.
Oh yeah, that's all you can do.
What kind of gap you can put out there, right?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he can actually do here. If he's able to move through the field that fast, yeah, let's see what he can do. All right, so since this is spread out a little bit, now we don't need, he's trying to unlap himself, but let's see where everyone else is. Oh, looks like we've got an issue or maybe some shuffling. Team Pastaponi is currently down in 15th place after he started second on the grid. So hopefully there wasn't any incidents, no incidents that we need to review or anything like that. He's just down the order, but maybe he'll have a good over-under in the pits when we get back through.
Yeah, I think he was focusing on the pit strategy, and like you said, unfortunately, Swiss is definitely the one that's fallen down the order with this start into race 2, but he's really consistent, so hopefully he can find a little bit of time as the race goes on, and then, boost those lap times, and like you said, have a really, really good pit strategy, and then pit exit, and then kind of work his way back up the order.
Yeah, definitely. We saw that the pit strategy in Stint 1 was for sure a thing, so... yeah, we'll see how that plays out once we get into the pit window. Hey, Savage, so Unleash is a lap down because his driver was lapped in race Stint 1. So let's see what other battles we've got going on currently at the moment. Let's focus on some major stuff. We've got, looks like a good battle going down in the 10th range. Yeah, a nice battle for 10th place with CMF, Aussie Dragon, UDP Senger. Yeah, RMR Kiwi Madman looking to make a pass going into the S's, but he has to slot back into the order to make sure there is no incident there. So excellent race crash from him.
Yeah, CMF trying to run away from these guys in 10th place and trying to keep them behind him. So if they can engage each other, he should be able to do that. The number 23 Chick-fil-A Mazda MX looks like it's running pretty good today. So hopefully he can keep it in 10th place at least and then move forward. But yeah, really, really tight battle here between the across this 11th, 12th, and even 13th driver that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, so we are now into lap 10. Pit strategy is going to start to be a thing. These cars can start pitting. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff from all of these. Let's pop up and check with Spooling in 8th place. Let's see where he's at. Looks like it's a lone race from him. But it does sound like he's got a car behind him. He does. Fozzie, we're going to go around the outside.
Fozzie.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Bo. Don't let me interrupt you.
No. We're the number 35 golf car looks like he has made the move, and he's making it stick into 8th place. He's got Bowling behind him now, and he's going to run down this straight into Garage Bear and see how it goes. La Chapelle turned that downhill section to me. I was losing the rear towards the end as it was going on, and looked like Spooling got a little bit deep into Garage Bear, trying to catch back up to Fozzie there.
Oh no! So in chat, Dank says Lagalot got punted by Spools. He thinks so. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Well, I mean maybe I wouldn't say punted, but he is in 3rd place with Dr. Arctic, or Lagalot in 3rd with Spools in 2nd. Unleash up into 1st place, but he's still a lap down. That I'm not sure if he was 2 laps down or a single lap down. So now he's got a lot of work ahead of him. So Spool's still technically in 1st place. And Lagalot in 3rd. So yeah, we'll have to pay attention to that one.
Unleash definitely, he's out front now trying to get that time done. And who's this in the pits already?
Yeah, Dr. Arctic doing a early pit strategy, probably trying to get out of traffic a little bit. Risky maneuver like we were talking about, but it did turn out for Kilimanjaro in race 1.
Yeah, I think the best thing for Dr. Arctic, he's going to get his head down and just take off now and, really try to get his head down and just get those times in and see if he can get into the low 50s and work his way back up through the pack. And hopefully once everyone pits, it'll sort itself out. And we'll see what it looks like at the end of that. But, no, yeah, like you said, definitely risky, and I think he just wanted to get out of traffic.
Yeah, I think so too. Excellent track re-entry from Dr. Arctic as he's sitting right behind EMC Swiss. Now, Dr. Arctic, he does have some pretty good pace for Team eMotorsport. So he's going to have to work his way through traffic, and hopefully after everyone gets pitted, he doesn't get shuffled back too far with having to get around with everyone. Yeah, Killa, I'm feeling the same thing. Swiss needs to hopefully pit early to get out of the battle with Wu and hopefully get some clean track in front of him, because I do know he does much better when he's got some clean air in front of him and can just hammer out those laps and put his own laps down and not have to deal with anyone.
Rue did go just a little bit deep into Garage Bear, so I don't know if Swiss is going to be able to make a move into the chicane. Doesn't look like he's close enough, but you guys said if he can just get his head down, get consistent, he's got to put himself in a really good position.
Yeah, it looks like Aussie Dragon is kind of closing in on a little bit of a gap for CMF. Let's see what that gap currently is. We'll keep a monitor on it. Almost about a half a second between the two, and Sanger is, about 8/10 behind him. So it's very close between these three cars. Either one of them makes a mistake, they're going to be up in 9th place. So whether CMF makes a mistake, if he does, let's hope not, fingers crossed, trying to not do the commentator's curse on him, because he was our co-commentator for Stint 1. So I want to thank him for joining in on the stream. We are on lap 12 of 32, so not quite halfway. We're getting there, though. Looks like we've got kind of a battle between Lag-A-Lot and... we got...
Hit exit there from Unleashed, looks like. And
well, it looks like Lag-A-Lot wasn't really paying attention to who was coming around, so hopefully there wasn't an issue, no protest there for an improper track re-entry. All right, so it looks like Dr. Arctic and Lag-A-Lot, they've pitted and they've all re-entered back about the same spot. Hopefully now Swiss has to make his lap, but maybe he can, because he's running closer to the pace time of these front runners. So let's hopefully he can get a tow from them and then pit and then pop back in where he needs to be. Use this time to kind of, get things a little bit sorted out.
Yeah, I think what Swiss can do at this point right now is kind of look at those guys ahead of him. Dr. Arctic and Unleashed and Lag-A-Lot, they're quick guys. So, if he can kind of run that line and see where they're braking and see what they're doing just a little bit, he should be able to tighten his time up just a little bit. I know that's kind of what drugged me along when I was behind Killa, seeing what Killa's doing and then trying to replicate that. But yeah, Swiss is in a good spot behind Arctic.
We got a spin from Swiss. Bad stuff, bad luck. He able to recover, only lost one position. He's going to be absolutely fuming for this one. Bad luck for the team. Looks like he might have an issue with his wheel. He's popping into pit.
He's coming in, yeah. The good thing about that pit, though, is you can get that, if he can get his wheel reset while he's in the pit. Once the autopilot takes on, pop it, unplug it real quick, let it go power cycle, and then you can jump back into lap and not lose any time. So hopefully he can get that done if that's what he needs to.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too detrimental for the race, just a small mechanical issue there, Small mechanical, if you will. So let's see how he re-enters on pit before we pop back and see how everyone else is doing. Lap 13 of 32, almost to that halfway mark, got a few laps left to go. Hopefully he's okay and able to recover.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the race looked like in race 1, but this race seems like there's a lot of action going on. I wasn't sure if it was this rowdy in race 1 or not. But,
it was.
Was it?
Not at the front. The front, there was a big gap between everyone. But further down the order, that mid-pack, the best of the rest type was absolutely hammering the entire time. So there was a big battle for the 5th, 6th place, and then there was a large battle back there around that 10th spot with Valkyrie and a bunch of other drivers. So yeah, it was some good stuff. Let's check the mini map, see what kind of battles we've got going on that we can focus on to. Looks like we've got a good battle for Misled for 4th with Twisted IG. These two pretty close together. Let's follow along with these two for a quick moment as they enter turn 1 off the front straight. Oh, sounds like there's some damage on that car. Let's check it out. Uh-oh. Got a little bit of a glitch there in the game. Telemetry wasn't working correctly. There we go. Okay, so no damage. It just sounded like it. So
he's definitely making up some time on Twisted IG.
Oh, definitely there, because he's closed that gap. There's not much, not even a full car length between the two drivers. Maybe he'll make a late brake maneuver going into Garage Vert here. Hey, GSX Buff. Thought you were going to throw it up on the TV at the shop. Good stuff between these two drivers in this battle for third place. Let's check out, yeah, so Killa says let's check out the grid, the penalties in the race, see where everyone's standing out. Current fast lap by Unleash IG with a 51.583. Spool sitting with 5.5 seconds of penalty. So Dr. Arctic looks to have been shuffled back to 7th place. We'll see how that pans out for him.
Where did he come out of the pits at? Because he did pit.
Oh, you're right. That was back in about 14th place, I believe. So Misled is entering the pits. We'll go ahead and focus on someone else at the moment. Lagalot in 6th place. Oh, yeah. Dr. Arctic right behind him for Team eMotorsport. Lagalot carrying the flag for Team Budget IG Racers. Dank Party Duck putting him in a good position in Stint 1. So good stuff from them so far. Hey, call me Uncleg. Thanks for joining us here. You are watching eMotorsport Lemons at Le Mans race.
Dr. Arctic coming up behind Lagalot. We'll see what he's got anything for him.
Yeah, it looks like those two are pretty evenly matched. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty evenly matched. Not sure what the pace difference is between the two of them. Let's go ahead and set the ticker to lap times. Let's see what their fast lap is. Because it seems... Because remember, in this night race, these lap times are about 2-ish seconds down for everyone. These cars just don't quite have the grip in these cooler conditions.
Right, okay. Like you said, yeah, there's only a couple tenths difference. 52.7 it looked like from Dr. Arctic. I didn't catch Lagalot's time.
Yeah, let's wait for that to circle back around. Yeah, unfortunately, Haymaker with the first DNF of the race. Oh, contact between these two drivers. You could throw a blanket over top of them. So it looks like Lagalot with a 52.075. So it looks like Lagalot has a little bit of pace over Dr. Arctic. Ooh, and over a little bit of undercut from Dr. Arctic as they are drag racing on the front straight. Let's go to the camera angle.
Yeah, it looked like Dr. Arctic definitely kind of nudged him just a hair wide there, so not sure if that's going to be something to have to look into, but I think these guys are just good hard-nosed racers, so.
Yeah, going into turn 2, Lagalot is going to have the position.
He's going to have position. You're right.
Oh, nice, clean. Everyone giving space. Dr. Arctic backs off a tiny bit there.
This is good racing. This is really good racing between these two. Dr. Arctic's going to have to go back to the drawing board and see where he can make a move now.
Yeah, we were talking about in Stint 1, you know, a good endurance strategy here is, you know, to sit back behind a racer and, you know, study where they're faster, study where you're faster, and just kind of pace behind them. And that even goes in reverse for Lagalot, looking in his rearview mirror to see where Arctic is faster than him, so that way, you know, when it comes time to it, they know, you know, Lagalot knows where to defend.
Defensive line, yeah. Yep.
Or on the flip side of that, where Arctic can try to make that move and make it stick.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Arctic's kind of backed off right now, and he's kind of, you know, regrouping a little bit and probably doing exactly what you just said, studying and trying to figure out, all right, well, I tried this, it didn't work, so I'm gonna go back and try something else. And it could be that he has to surprise lag a lot somewhere, you know, and do something that's not necessarily conventional. You know, this right here in this turn 9-10 section, if Arctic can get close enough into the previous chicane, get it a good drive, you know, he might be able to surprise him because that turn is a little bit banked. Carry a little bit more speed and break into it, kind of park it and keep lag out on the outside. But we'll just have to see. Arctic's making a little bit of time up on him now and possibly getting ready to charge now.
Yeah, good racecraft, but it does sound like someone's not too far behind. Is that Spools in 5th place? Yeah, he's not too far behind, probably about 5 car lengths behind. Let's see what that actual time gap is. That is about 6/10 of a second. Also, Kilimanjaro says, looks like Arctic's got a lot of penalty. Let's check that out.
Yeah, he's got 8.75.
Oh my God, it's too early for that.
Yeah, he's got to, and you know, I didn't do him any favors either. I think I racked up about 15 seconds by the end of the race, just with all the mistakes and just not keeping it clean enough. That's why we ended up down in 7th place start position for him. But yeah, you can tell he's pushing. He's you know, pushing those track limits quite a bit, just trying to get as much speed as he actually can around here. So hopefully he can clean it up towards the end of the race and then put some time in between him. But we'll have to see when all the crying's done, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, unfortunately. So let's pop around. Let's see who else is in a good battle. We got still a massive battle back there for some of the top 10 positions. Let's follow along with RMR Mad Kiwi as we are in a heated battle back here still for 10th. Well, it looks like CMF is still kind of holding everyone off for that 10th place position.
And he goes wide through garage there, so he's
oh yeah.
And there goes Singer to capitalize. As soon as we jump on board, yeah, we're gonna see some drama. Good spot, Dustin.
Yeah, got some good racing there. Let's pop in the replay camera. Oh, looks like CMF had the drive, but Sanger slots back in. Hopefully they don't get too many penalties for this battling. Yeah, we got a good battle between these two right here.
Aussie Dragon taking a look up the inside of Sanger. He's going to be in the inside coming back to turn 10. We'll see if he can keep track position on going into Record Mans. And he backs out. Aussie backs out, going to keep it nice and clean there. So, and Singer goes wide. Singer loses the car bit, loses 2 spots coming out of the final corner. It's going to kill his drive coming down this straight just a little bit. And CMF, I think, got away with a couple moves that last lap. So, yeah, hopefully CMF can kind of cover this 10th place for a bit and keep that number 23 Chick-fil-A Mazda in 10th place.
Yeah, thanks OPR Thrust for the follow. And you know, this whole time we've been talking, and a little bit of contact between Sanger and Mad Kiwi. Bumped him a little bit wide, but he was able to not lose any time. But hey, we keep talking about all this, but you know who we're not focusing on at the moment is Donkey. Donkey's literally right there in 14th place, ready to pick up the pieces and capitalize on any mistake that these drivers up here in this battle for 10th are taking.
100%, man. Donkey is absolutely doing the donkey work, right? He's definitely trying to stay in these guys' toe and do the work to put his head down and get fast and make a move. And he's going to collect any of this the drama that happens between these guys. You know, we've got RMR and Singer coming side by side down this back straight, going to be set up into Garage Vert. So you know as well as I do, one of these guys could easily push each other wide. Unfortunately, Donkey just a bit untidy.
Great save from the two of those. Donkey and Sanger kind of getting a little bit of contact there and losing the rear, but able to capitalize, and Sanger gets shuffled back a little bit as Mad Kiwi kind of takes position on that one and puts a little bit of daylight in between them. So bad luck.
That's just what I was going to say, Dustin. Look what it did to this entire group. You know, it really spread these guys out and kind of gave everyone some breathing room just a little bit. So, you know, looks like RMR is moving up a little bit, looking at that 11th place off of Aussie Dragon, but the rest of these guys definitely put a little bit of space in between them. CMF's got a little bit of breathing room now. He hopefully can just focus on his lap times and run his lines.
Yeah, you are 100% right about that. Now it looks like we've only got one lap left to get the pit window done. Hopefully everyone has pitted. We do have live Stewart in the race lobby and monitoring what's going on, so he's able to take some notes to see what everyone's doing. I am. What do you mean by Mazda Cup cars? The 2013 MX-5 Cup car? Is that in comparison to this 2016 model? Yeah, Dank, no problem. We will pop right up there and take a look at these front runners. We'll see. We'll focus on Spools at the moment. Well, he's a little bit far behind, so let's pop up a little bit further and check out Arctic. These two are still doing pretty good. Actually, we'll let that unfold a little bit. We will pop back up here shortly. Let's jump in on Guns. He's doing excellent as we are on lap 20 of 32. But let's quickly go over the order here. So Unleash IG currently sitting in first place position, but he's actually a lap down. So he's still got to make it all the way around the track. So technically, first place is Lagalot IG, with second place Dr. Arctic. Spools down the order, UDB, Guns, Misled Vision rounding out the top 5. Twisted IG, Fozzie in 7th place, Spooling in 8th. CMF actually currently sitting in 10th place or in 9th place, with Aussie Dragon rounding out the top 10. Mad Kiwi in 11th, Sanger in 12th, Donkey in 13th, EMC Swiss in 14th. Rounding out the back of the grid. Haymaker did have a DNF, so that's super unfortunate for Team Haymaker Motorsport.
Yeah, there weren't any disconnects in race 1, were there?
No one at all. So let's bring the map up, see who's got the closest battle at the moment. Unleash, yeah, he definitely has the superior pace. So Stint 1, with the bad luck he had, unfortunately did not do him any favors. So let's follow along with Dr. Arctic in this battle for first place. Let's follow along with Lagalot there.
Yeah, he's going to be there to pick up any pieces of these two getting together, right? But Dustin, I wanted to bring up too. This car. You just now talked about the Cup car. I think someone in the chat might have brought it up. But what did you guys really? What was the goal here? With this MX-5. You guys built the tune. It's a really fun car to drive, in the game, whether it be on a wheel or a controller. It's really stable. Feels like it's got a lot of grip. So, what did you guys have to do to this car really to get it there to make it work on a wheel and a controller? So really what we did in the end was, we collectively behind the scenes with EMC staff created a tune for these 2016 MX-5s. And then we went back and forth and just did some back-to-back tuning and refinement on both controller and both wheel, and found that commonly that between all the cars, we found some settings that you can add in that kind of, let's say, lessen the advantage on the controller and gain advantage on the wheel. So by actually adding a little bit of rear decel, it creates the cars to be a little bit more manageable under braking with the wheel, which in return creates a little bit of less oversteer for the controllers, because the controllers really are using the oversteer to get the car turned. But where the wheel needs the cars to be a little bit more stable, because you'll have the car dancing around over top of that front center axis. So it's that balance between the two. So I am
feet, however you want to say your name. So it's not, so yes, back when this game was a thing in 2017, the MX-5 Cup car wasn't, but now they have upgraded to the newer cars. So to fall more in line with the global MX-5 championship, which is the real one, we use the 2016 cars. And with that, we actually built the cars based around the actual rules for the global MX-5 cars. So this is a, it looks like Killa it is. So we'll move it back to the loop data. So this car is based on, the actual rules for the global MX-5 that does race in IMSA and in the World Cup. It is allowed essentially no internal modifications to the engine, but you are allowed to add exhaust and essentially an air filter to get it to breathe a little bit more, so they're more of a stock engine. The transmission is the stock transmission, but the differential has been changed so that way you can adjust the balance and you can adjust the, actually it has the sport transmission, so you can adjust the decel and all of that on the engine. Race clutch, race parts, so it's essentially a kit car. So yeah, so it's based more around the real rules of the actual MX-5 car racing rather than what Forza calls a cup car. So that we went off on a little bit of tangent there. So again, we're on lap 23 of 32, just under 10 laps to go. I want to thank absolutely everyone for joining in on this race for the eMotorsport Lemons at Le Mans. I want to thank CMF for joining commentary on Stint 1. I want to thank Bo, thank you for joining in for commentary on Stint 2.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun to both race and then jump over here and talk about all these other guys racing. I'm not going to lie, I'm glad that I ran in the daytime, and I'm glad that I didn't get shuffled back in with these guys that are racing in like this 10th, 11th, and 12th spot, because it's getting it's just rowdy back there the entire race. But, you know, these guys are racing really hard and still clean, I think. So this is what you live for, right? All these spec tunes really levels the playing field, and then it just comes down to the drivers, and This is where eMotorsport's all about, right?
Yeah, I mean, eMotorsports is highly focused on replicating real race series with rules, accountability, none of this cutting course BS that you see in some other organizations. You cut the course, you get penalized. You have an issue with a driver, you bring it to our attention, or our live race stewards will hand out penalties live. So we kind of do things a little bit different here. So if you're looking to get joined in on some of this active racing, you can always check us out on the web, eMotorsport.org. And then we have a link to our Discord that's in the marquee just below. On the stream itself, there is a link to our Discord in the About Us on the Twitch stream. Remember, you can always follow us on social media at @go_eMotorsports and join in on some of the conversation for the race. Contact penalties have not been handled out, so our stewards were taking notes, and we will deal with that afterwards. And if you have something that you need, if you have something that needs to be looked at, remember, there is a protest system and incident review on our Discord. So make sure you have video or the ability to do a write-up when you submit a ticket, if so need be. So as we follow along with the racers, Bo, you good to go back to camera for a little bit?
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay, sure, let's do it. So let's go. Oh, this camera always likes to fall asleep on me. So let's go over what you think kind of late race strategy might be, since you were in Stint 1. We've got a few laps left to go here. Let's see, yeah, lap 24 of 32. So what do you think this late race strategy could be? I mean, do you think that it's safer to sit back and try to make some last minute passes, or just kind of, you know, those front guys just put the hammer down, get out and just go?
Yeah, I think it depends on kind of where you're at in the race, right? If you're kind of mired back a little bit, like in 12th place where Singer's at right now, or if you're up in 10th place and you got a little bit of space in front of you. You know, like CMF looks like he just lost the spot. Whereas right there on 9th, you know, you want to push. You want to get that extra, that spot, or 11th, excuse me. So you want to push. You want to get that extra spot, but you also want to make sure that you're reading your penalties around you. You know, that was one thing that I was doing in race 1 was I knew that I had a lot of penalties, so I was managing the time gap, or trying to manage the time gap back to the person behind me according to the penalty, you know, because I wanted to put Dr. Arctic in the best spot to move forward. But unfortunately, you know, I lost an extra spot. I got really dirty towards the end of the race. I accrued a lot of penalties. I think I had 15-second penalty time, almost 16. So,
but you had a little bit of a mechanical with the car too, right?
Yeah. The wheel started acting up around the lap 26. So it would kind of jerk. You know, if the tire, it's something goofy. We know with tire wear, once the tire goes off a little bit, it starts to interpret the feedback just a little bit different. So it'll all of a sudden not move and then just jerk 90 degrees. So kind of managing that and having to center it back on itself. And then CMF goes wide.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, CMF runs a little bit wide there and gets shuffled back into, looks like 13th place. So,
yeah,
wow.
That's what you don't want to happen, right? At this stage in the race, we've only got 7 laps left. You want to keep it clean. You want to make sure that you're running your line. You're not making mistakes, and you're keeping it on track. You don't want to accrue any more time penalty than possible, or than you need to. And there, as we even say, it goes off yet again. So definitely pushing, trying to get that those mistakes cleaned up and to not fall too far behind.
Yeah, he's definitely got to kind of put his head down and put his head down and kind of start. He's got to put those laps in. And like you were saying, you got to pay attention to the penalty, because really, you know, some of these racers, you might actually, you might be right beside them, but you're not actually racing them. You need to pay attention to maybe a spot behind you or a spot ahead of you. So there's definitely strategy overall and paying attention to your penalty and where you're at on the race. So.
Yeah, and with that, another shout out to Kilimanjaro in his race. He was not only was he fast, but he was clean. You know, I saw some of his penalty time throughout about half mid-race, I think, and he only had 1.2 seconds. So, you know, there's something to be said about that. To running not only the times that he was running, but also keeping it on track for that consistent of a time, and on wheel as well. So, you know, Kilimanjaro really did a fantastic job in race 1, and put himself in a good position there. But yeah, these guys, they're you know, 6 laps left to go. There's still a lot of racing left, and you know these guys are definitely going to get pushing that extra bit towards the end of the race, you know, and on that last lap. But I know that even though I was about a second behind, and there's no reason that I should have pushed, you know, because of time penalties, I still wanted that spot. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course,
there's that pride, you know, when you want to.
You're a racer at heart, so. So it doesn't matter.
Making a new move into turn 9, a little bit of bump in there. Yeah, and this is what we're talking about. Yeah, CMF, he feels like he's got the pace. He's going to square up turn 10 and then try to make a pass in to record them all there.
It looks like he's going to make up the inside, maybe the undercut. Whew. Maybe he'll get the drive going on to the front straight and be able to make a pass into turn 1, turn 2.
You know, but then right ahead of those guys, you see place 10 and 11.
Oh, wow.
Place 10 and 11, those guys are fighting too. So, yeah, it's all starting to pop off now towards the end of this race.
Yep.
These guys it's late in the evening, and these guys want to call it. You know, they want to win.
Oh, wow. Yeah, let's go back to the racing and just focus on that, as we've got, a little bit of contact between Sanger and Aussie Dragon. Now things are starting to heat up. Things are absolutely starting to heat up here in this race, as we've got just, 6 laps left to go? Yep, 6 laps left to go. Woof. Sanger looking to make the pass going up the inside. And he does. Looks like he makes it stick.
Yeah.
It sounds like we've got a little bit of, sounds like we got a little bit of contact back there behind.
Aussie Dragon and CMF are still fighting hard there, so this is really, really fun, good racing. There come the headlights of CMF right up the inside, a little bit of bumping pushed out wide.
But I think
that's good racing. Yeah, that's
I
good.
think
Nice hard-nosed racing.
I think that car of Raleigh Raceway is going to have the advantage on the back straight there. CMF did have to kind of check up there after the little bit of contact.
I think CMF should just kind of sit still for just a second, you know, kind of collect his wits. He's tried to make a lot of moves in the last few corners, you know, maybe just kind of get himself squared away a bit, develop a plan of attack. You still got some good time to make up there.
I mean, he's doing excellent, honestly.
Yeah,
able to
great.
keep up with this and stay in the fight for that 10th position. I mean, we've only got, you know, a handful of laps left to go, but really, it's who knows who's going to end up where. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We just don't know. You can't look away. You know, this battle has been a great battle the entire race. The rest of the cars have kind of spread out, kind of got some space around it, but these guys have been line astern the entire race, so it's a lot of excitement here.
Yeah, let's quickly go over the grid standings as it stands. So, looks like Lagalot is leading the charge. Unleash IG still technically a lap down, even though he shows as being in first place. So, quickly going down the order because I don't want to miss anything that happens. Lagalot in first place, Dr. Arctic in second, Spools in third. Further down the order, we'll do this quick. So Guns, Misled, Twisted IG, Fozzie, Spooling, UDB, Sanger, and Mad Kiwi rounding out the top 10. Aussie Dragon, CMF, Donkey, EMC Swiss. Everyone looking pretty good there. Let's Dr. Arctic, he's back a little bit far on Lagalot there. So looking like let's take a look at the map and see what on the player focus, see what that gap is. So it's only a 2.9 second gap. If Arctic's going to do something, he's got to get up there, and he's got a lot of penalties, so he's going to have to get way up. Well, actually,
what kind of penalty we're looking there for him?
Let's jump onto the penalties and see where they're at the moment, because maybe Arctic has now taken a step back if Lagalot has an exorbitant amount of penalty and he knows that he just has to stay within a range and drive it safe. So it's looking like Lagalot has 12.5 seconds of penalty and Arctic with only 8 seconds of penalty. So this might this race is absolutely going to be determined by penalties for this race.
Absolutely. And then 10 seconds back to Spools. Can we get a penalty check on Spools to see where he's at as well?
Yeah, as soon as it pops around, looks like Swiss is going to gain a couple positions because he only has a small amount of penalties where the driver in front of him had 15 seconds.
It looked like Spools had over 9 seconds as well. So they're racking up all over the place, right? CMF with 17 seconds. He's pushing hard.
Yeah.
Did we pick up the Big Roo DNF? Looks like he's DNF.
Oh no, we did not. We'll have to see where Roo DNF'd since we missed it. Oh wow, that's bad news for Team Pixar.
19 seconds of penalty for CMF, so I think the Aussie Dragon just needs to kind of sit still a little bit, and same with Donkey, and of course Mad Kiwi's got almost 22 seconds. So I mean, where is how far back do we get? We'll get a time check on or a gap check between Swiss and
Mad Kiwi.
Mad Kiwi, yeah.
Yep, so let's
see.
Oops. Let's pop that on. So it looks like a 4.6 seconds. So with Mad Kiwi having,
Swiss should be able to jump him then, right? I mean, Swiss is going to make that place up with the penalty
and he
time.
might even get further up in the order there with depending on what the other drivers ahead have as far as penalty with Donkey and Aussie Dragon. So he doesn't look like he's too far away. But I mean, obviously, this race will be solely determined on penalty. So let's pop up and see where everyone is. The upper field starting to is all spread out, but it looks like we've got a battle between Twisted and Fozzie. So let's focus on this for a little bit. Oh yeah, good stuff from these. Let's move the ticker back to loop data so we can get that. Oh, Fozzie, look at him!
Got up on that curve, lost some drive. Looking to go around the outside. See if Fozzie can make it stick. And on the cutback, he's going to have a good charge down this back straight here. See if he can outbrake Twisted.
Twisted's going to have the room to be able to block pass here. So Rise is going to have a lot of work to do.
Really good race. Nice room given there.
Oh,
no!
no!
No! I think that's the race.
No, Twisted held back. Looks like they wanted to keep the race alive there, so there was no contact. Twisted did not need to do that, but, you know, excellent stuff. That's fantastic sportsmanlike conduct. So, wow, good stuff from these two. Yeah, that's, wow, excellent sportsmanlike conduct. Can't say enough about, you know, the drivers playing nice in the sandbox.
Yeah, definitely. I think in my race, I'd actually went through, I can't remember the driver's name now. I think it was Sabotage. You know, Sabotage was bringing he was making up a lot of time to me. And I came out of Garage Vert, and we and I had gotten together in a couple corners. But, you know, with the wheel, the way that it was acting, I had seen I looked at the penalty time, and I honestly rolled out just a little bit to go ahead and just tuck in behind him because I didn't want us to, you know, to keep battling.
And actually, I think
back to me, we kind of I rolled and let him by, and then just try to tuck in behind and keep up with him. So,
I think we saw that. I think that was on the front straight. You actually had the drive on him coming out of the final turn, but then you definitely let off a little bit and dropped in and slotted back behind him. So, and we were talking about how in Stint 1 that just like that type of driving is just shows excellent racecraft by all of our racers.
You learn, you know, I learned a ton driving with everyone here at eMotorsport, and you know, I'd never been involved in a lot of formal racing and you know, series organization stuff like that. But you know, I'm really glad that I found a home here in eMotorsport, and it's been a ton of fun. You know, the push for the sportsmanship, and then you know, the mutual sportsmanship that just exists from everyone here. You know, and even in real life, that's where you guys come from too. So to know that, you know, that translates over into the game atmosphere. So it's just a really good organization to race with, and I really like it here.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. A lot of us that are within the staff of eMotorsports come from some sort of real race background. So it's not like we just play video games. I mean, Aprilia Man, who's live steward, is a multi-time national regional champion when it comes to motorcycle racing. He is the most decorated real racer that we have in this group, and he brings so much expertise when it comes to officiating. And as far as even myself being a multi-regional champion in motorcycle racing, and you know, Kilimanjaro working with car manufacturers that do a lot of R&D testing, so he understands how race cars work and pays attention. Like we all pay attention to a lot of real racing. We don't just play video games. It is a matter of we want to bring the real racing aspect to the video game world, not bring the video game world to, you know, in real world life racing, if that makes sense.
You guys are definitely trying to bridge that gap, you know, and the eMotorsports industry, if you will, you know, it's a growing industry, and you know, we can really thank the pandemic. That's where, you know, I think that's where you got started with eMotorsport. You couldn't go race with each other in real life, so you created that environment for everyone to come together, and I found my way into it, you know, not knowing any of you guys, and then popped in and found home here. But no, what you guys are doing and what eMotorsports builds, it's just fantastic, and it's really, really good, because you know, the footprint's increasing, the agreement, the partnerships, the collaboration with LNR, it's really great. You know, and you can say that, you know, eMotorsport really has an international relationship and footprint to some extent.
Yeah, thank you, Bo, so much for those kind words, and we're always glad to have you race with us. So we are now on the final lap for the leaders of this Stint 2 of the Lemons at Le Mans race. Don't look like we have too much of a battle up front as far as physical battle, but now what we have here is a battle of time. The time penalties and track position. So as we get all these drivers on the lead race or on the lead lap or finishing up, we've got one heck of a race left. We still have some battles going on between, say, 7th and 8th with Fozzie and Twisted IG. We've got a battle for 11th with essentially 4 drivers back to 14th with RMR Kiwi, Swiss back there in 15th, but I think he's going to gain a lot. Let's go ahead and follow along with our leaders of the race. Now, we can't say too much, anything bad about Unleash. He has unlapped himself 1 lap, but I believe that team was 2 laps down. So we'll have to check that out and get everything sorted. He is going to be entering the final set of corners to get this lap done, but really what we need to be focusing on is 2nd place and 3rd place, as those are the actual race winner and 2nd place finish. But like I said, we don't know how it's going to pan out with the penalty, so here we go on a run down to the line. Congratulations to Lag-A-Lot for taking the provisional win for the Stint 2 of the Lemons at Le Mans race. Congratulations to all our drivers. Let's see where everyone sorts out. 3rd place goes to, well, 2nd place goes to Dr. Arctic. Spool's currently sitting in 4th place, but like I said, Bo, we'll see how it shakes out with all those penalties. We got a lot of people with penalties at the moment.
Lots of math that's going to have to happen here pretty soon.
Oh,
right?
wow. I'm not looking forward to it. So, UDP guns down the line. Misled Vision sitting in 5th place, rounding out top 5 as he heads to the start finish.
We still got Fozzie and Twisted coming through.
Yeah, let's pay attention to that one. Let's see what these drivers are going to do. Oh, too much of a gap between it. Twisted's not going to be able to make a move. But we'll see how it sorts out with penalty. So it's going to be, no one knows what's going to happen. Spooling coming to the line in 8th place. Nice work from him.
UDP Singer's going to bring up in a 9th, looks like.
Yep, good stuff. We've got this battle right here, so let's pay attention to this one. Who's going to make the move?
Like Aussie Dragon's going to be coming across, rounding out the top 10. CMF in 11th. But then, like you said, Dustin, you know, these time penalties are definitely going to come into play. We're going to see what happens real quick.
Oh, wow. So it just... I don't know what happened there, but looks like we got pulled right back into the lobby real fast. Wow, okay, well. All right, let's check out the race results. Provisional race results for Stint 2. So Unleash IG, we're not counting him at the moment, but it looks like Dr. Arctic did take the win solely based on penalty. So like I said, we'll have to get everything sorted out. In 2nd place, we got Lag-A-Lot, Spools, Guns, Misled rounding out the top 5. Fozzie, Twisted, Spooling, UDP Sanger, Donkey rounding out the top 10. Aussie Dragon, EMC Swiss, Madman. Well, Swiss making up some spaces there.
Swiss making up 2 spots there just by keeping it clean. Good job there. That's a
yep,
really good
and
race.
RMR Mad Kiwi in 14th, and CMF in 15th, with Big Roo with a DNF and Haymaker with a DNF. Super unfortunate stuff for those two. We don't know when Big Roo got the DNF. Hopefully, we will get that going. All right.
Looks like it had to have been after lap 10, somewhere between, but after lap 10, because he's got a pit done, unless he had to pit early for damage. I'm not really sure right now.
We'll have to get with the stewards team, so let me get a quick screenshot of this, and then we'll go ahead and get this closed out. So, wow, fantastic stuff. 1 second here, everyone. Yeah, we definitely got some math to do to get everyone sorted out in their proper spot. All right, we're gonna go back to camera. So,
oh, good.
Yeah, let's do it. So, man, Bo, what one hell of a race there.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. That 10th place battle was just all the way back. You know, the entire race was guys were bumper to bumper. A lot of lead change, or a lot of passes in there, a lot of changes in that 10th place. But we ultimately, you know, we talked about the penalties were going to make a difference, and they definitely did. Donkey was there. Donkey capitalized, kept the a fairly decent, clean race, only 5.5 seconds worth of penalties. So he definitely was able to bring it home a little bit better than the other folks. And
with that, he able to get up into the top 10. So, like we were talking earlier in the race, I mean, he's just there to collect, and he had relatively low penalty with only 5.5 seconds of penalty. I mean, excellent stuff from all these drivers. I can't wait to get all this sorted out and post the official results. So make sure, everyone, you get followed on eMotorsport, or go eMotorsport. I can't even talk. I'm so just flabbergasted at the moment.
Still amped up, yeah.
Oh, I know. So yeah, make sure you get followed on our Twitter page at @go_eMotorsports, or in the Discord, because that's where we're going to post the race results first before anywhere else. So make sure you get on that. I mean, we can go ahead and get this thing closed out, Bo. So, Bo, I want to thank you so much for joining me on the commentary. You did excellent. Hopefully you can make some special guest appearances in the future.
Hopefully, yeah, definitely looking forward to it. That's the goal, right? So I really appreciate you having me. Thanks for letting me run in the eMotorsport team. So it was a lot of fun. A really good race. For me at least, it was this was a lot of fun. That's all I can really say. It's been a while since I'd raced, so it was good to get back at it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, and by the way, I love your shirt. The only 90 kids will understand shirt from
only
our
90 kids will get it. Yeah.
From our eMotorsport store. So thank you so much for making that purchase to help support the organization, because any of those essentially donations are put back into the series to help support like the stream, and put on getting the trophies and the t-shirts to our race winners and things like that. So thanks so much for in the end really supporting the organization.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for thank you for what you do for the industry, essentially, and the groups and eMotorsports as a whole, and thanks for this environment that we can all come together, race, and get our elbows out nice and sharp, and then we don't have to actually spend any money to tear stuff apart and rebuild.
Yeah,
it,
right. Because that's the worst part about real racing, is have to pay for the bill of gas and tires and broken parts and headlights and all of that stuff. So wow, yeah. I'll be honest, I'm so happy to be able to do this for everyone. I get so much enjoyment and pleasure out of being able to put this on for everyone in a very clean and manner. I mean, obviously, so yeah, I mean, we didn't have any major incidents, so that just goes to show the kind of racing that eMotorsports fosters. Especially, we even caught it on stream, the fantastic sportsmanlike conduct between everyone. And I'll be honest, we do not tolerate any sort of toxic behavior, any sort of bad, unsportsmanlike conduct. Like, we just don't do it. So don't bring that to eMotorsports. You will not race with us. So if anyone in the stream and watching, is looking for a place to race that's based on, real racing, we can be your home. So we've been constantly growing big time in the last, couple of years. So I'm glad to bring over, the real racing attitude when it comes to the rules and the racing. And, we don't try to, the idea here is not to penalize so much that we make it boring or not fun for anyone. It's that we can have enough rules to just make everyone accountable for their actions, right? So that's the idea.
And the same idea with the, with spec tunes with this class, these MX5 class, but you really bring out the driver. You want to highlight the drivers, and it's not so much to find out who's the best as far as who's going to run away with the race, but those guys that run away with the race, once they come in, they're super fast, but then you see the slow guys that are also starting to sponge off of those guys that are getting faster as well. So there's such a community around eMotorsport or championship that it fosters learning, and it fosters improvement and getting better at the game, and it's a good organization to be a part of. That's all you can say about it.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea between the Wednesday night races, which are always spec races, and we do quick series in succession. That way, we do a lot of fun stuff on the Wednesday nights, and our Thursdays are a little bit more serious. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this thing closed out. Again, Bo, thank you so much for joining us. CMF, I want to thank for standing in on Stint 1 and doing some excellent commentary. Hopefully he can join in us too in the near future for some commentary, or maybe on any other series or even our other endurance that are coming up. So again, thanks everyone so much for joining in the race. I want to thank Paul with Late Night Racing, who brought a bunch of teams, you know, from his org to be able to join into this, to bring all 17 teams with 2 drivers each, you know, where just a huge event to just be great for the community and everything like that. So thanks, Paul, again from LNR. Thank you to all our drivers who took part in this. We will have the race results hopefully up in a few hours. I know a lot of the Aussie drivers are going to go to bed now because it's a little late there, but I'm sure the American drivers, you know, are going to be chomping at the bit to get these results to see where they finished out. So again, thanks everyone for joining us. Remember, get followed on our Twitch. It shows that you know, you like what you see. We will be doing a giveaway when we get up to 150 followers for you know, a gift card for Xbox to buy a game, or a Steam gift card for you to purchase a game on there too. So just get in with us. We're growing, man. We're a growing organization. We got the right stuff. So yeah, thanks LNR, thanks Bo, thanks CMF, thanks all the racers, thanks Forza for you know, Forza Motorsports for posting this on their Twitter and posting this on their Facebook and giving us some visibility there. So thanks to everyone, you know, in the Forza official streams, which have put us on there. Just a huge thank out. I can't thank everyone enough for giving us the ability to be able to kind of do this out there. So thanks everyone for chat, for jumping in for chat. Thanks all the viewers. I know I said thanks a lot, but like I said, I can't be more thankful than for the community in which we have built and allowed us to be a part of. So we will probably be live next week for maybe some fun stuff. We are kind of taking a break from the actual things while we get our GT3 series started up. And as we released on last Thursday in our special off-series show, the what is it? What were we doing? I can't remember. The Lotus Exige. I can't even talk right now. I'm still so pumped. The Lotus Exige Cup that's going to be starting relatively here soon. So again, thanks so much for everyone for joining us. We are eMotorsports, and this was the Lemons at Le Mans Team Endurance Race. We will be holding more races like this up here in the near future, so be sure to check in on that kind of stuff. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time.